Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program formerly known as the Intel Morning Show that sometimes airs in the afternoons, evenings, or even overnights on Red Eye. Sarah, the Overlord, is unavailable today. However, we were able to find an apprentice, no-name, generic understudy named Matt, who'll be joining Alex, the blah, blah, blah from Intel, and the self-appointed king of dad jokes and zip ties, Robeytech. It's the best thing about Fridays. This is the Intel Weekend Show.
Good morning, everybody. What is going on? How are you guys doing? Did you guys hear? I mean, come on. Pig Radio did a great job with that intro. Yeah, so let's see. The short of it is we're never on time. And apparently we're going to have to we're trying to figure out how to make this work. I think... There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good.
There you go.
We're in now. We're all together. Aaron is making room. Apparently, this is the Aaron show, but we're welcome to the 1027 version of the Intel Morning Show. If you do not recognize Aaron, he was joining us on the launch of the 14th Gen Intel. He did a whole demo on undervolting. I was so intrigued. I was like, get your butt up here to Seattle, because we're going to do it again, and we're going to talk more about it, like really kind of dive deep into it, so we should have a lot of fun. Doing the show and giving you a demo on that. We also are going to be talking about, we're going to be playing Ghostrunner 2. Matt, we got some epic giveaways to kind of go with that too, right? Like what's the deal? And by the way, he's not just generic understudy. Like Matt has been with us since the beginning. So we do have a new overlord because Sarah is currently on vacation. And if music and stuff is too loud, guys, let me know. You guys are saying you couldn't hear it, so we turned it up. But if it's too loud, give us the 411. Matt, what are the giveaways we're talking about today? What are the things that we got going on?
Well, that was my first time hearing the intro, so thank you for that. That was pretty great. We've got some Ghostrunner 2 giveaways for today, so we'll be giving out some keys during the show, so everybody should be looking at the chat on Discord.
Okay.
If you're not there already, discord.gg/intel. So
okay.
Go into the chat there. We can give away some keys during the show, and we'll just have fun together.
Okay, and I know some people are pretty excited because I actually hinted about this. I think last night on the live show, we were basically building we built PCs, that there is BlizzCon tickets that are going to be up for grabs for people. I know, dude, BlizzCon. Those are not free tickets. Those are expensive and very hard to get. And rumor is we're going to be giving away some BlizzCon tickets as well. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, so I'll be posting that onto the server likely later today, if not by tomorrow. So keep a lookout on either announcements or the sweepstakes channel. I'll post them there. And then anybody that's nearby will be eligible, essentially. I don't think we have room and board, but at the very least, we'll have BlizzCon tickets, which are very hard to get. Definitely special for the community here.
Yeah.
And it's in Anaheim, California. That's where BlizzCon is.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we weren't able to negotiate because apparently Aaron needed a new car. So he wanted to he was like, if I'm not driving a Porsche, then I'm not coming up here. So instead of giving you room and board, which is sad for a guy who actually owns one, for having room and board, for you not having room and board, you have this guy to blame because he needed his Porsche driving up here. So if you guys want to get upset, I will give you guys his personal number and you can just text him angry text. I feel like that's a good exchange, right?
Every 5 seconds.
Social platform, I'll take it.
So for that sort of thing. Anyway, what were you gonna say, Alex?
I was saying, just make sure you text him every 5 seconds to reinforce that he needs to get you that stuff.
Well, it's close by. We'll keep it close by.
He's got his close by. He's got it right here on the table here. So anyway, guys, welcome so much. Thank you very much for joining us. You are going to see us die a lot. So Alex, you have played this game already, Ghostrunner 2. And how many times have you died just in the hour? Music is you guys, I can never make you happy.
Go ahead. Let me go check. So in the first level, it took me about 30 minutes and I died 48 times. That was the good one.
Okay.
On the boss level, I actually took me also 30 minutes, but I died 111 times. So, not to say that my skills at gaming are amazing, but yeah, it's a fun game. You're gonna hear us say a little parkour.
That was your best run, somebody asked?
I have only done it once, so.
Started strong.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. 111 times. Pretty strong.
Oh, you're not. Is your mic on?
Is it on?
Here, let's take a look. Sorry, we're not. Okay. Oh, you're on mute.
Oh.
Okay, you guys can hear. Oh, hold on. I just turned you on mute again. My bad. Okay, he's not on mute now. Just go ahead and talk.
I'm better. I got your dad joke already queued up. You ready?
We had sorry, he was on mute. He basically when he was sitting down, he was on mute. You guys should be able to hear. Aaron, say something. For those who don't know now, introduce yourself, because we've been like this whole time. It's just he's a mime. That's been the problem. He actually mimes everything. But can you guys hear? Okay, Aaron.
Yeah.
Give an intro.
So hello, welcome. My name is Aaron Escobedo. I am a technical marketing engineer at Intel. I want to come up, just as Robey was saying last week, we did a fantastic demo with undervolting and megatasking. But he liked the undervolting piece so much, he was like, dude, please come up. Let's get this on the show here. Want to repeat it? Let's get a little bit deeper. Let's talk about this. So we're going to do that here today. But I'm here for it. And I also got dad jokes, so here's one for you right away.
Oh, he's in with dad jokes while I'm playing with his levels. Keep going.
Do you know what you would call a sad strawberry?
What do you call a sad strawberry?
A blueberry.
Yes, I have heard that one before. Okay, so we were doing Pokemon jokes, and this has always been my favorite Pokemon joke. How do you get Pikachu on a bus? You
Tell me.
Pokemon.
Oh my god. I was thinking hard. I was like, wait.
You were like struggling. It's like, I need to. Yeah, we're gonna get him going in there. So anyway, that's what's going on. But before we get to, we can sit there and tell dad jokes all day, right, Alex?
Oh yes, I got way too many. But yes, let's go. Let's get to the actual bee's knees.
Okay, but before we get to this, I do want to say, Matt, you as like now that you have the supreme power, is there anything you've been just wanting to execute as Overlord that now that you have your chance, you're live on the show, you get a chance to do something crazy, or no? I just like putting them on
Execute, huh? That's a good word.
We're gonna get trolled. It's gonna be,
Great chase of words right there. Like Sarah's BP would have been already like in 200 by then.
we're gonna get Rick rolled.
No, I'm just here to have fun.
He's just here to have
Be on
fun.
the show. Yeah.
Okay, well, he's here to have fun. We're here to have fun, so we'll keep it going. Let's kick it off with news. We got some fun news today. First and foremost, we're going to be talking about the good old guys. Very, very excited about this first article. Very, very excited about this first article. The most expensive gaming chairs of 2023. Why would this not be exciting? I mean, the first chair already just screams at you. I just want to let you know that scorpion thing. What?
It should be probably closer to me.
No, you're okay. So that
Yeah, there we go,
scorpion thing. Yeah, well, okay. We're just making sure Aaron's in here. See, Aaron's still here, guys. He's right here. So that scorpion thing, sitting in on the right hand side. Just so you know, this chair. I'm not even.
Wait. Let him guess. Let him guess.
How much? Okay, how much do you think that chair cost? Yeah, let's let him guess. How much do you think that chair cost? It is a real chair. You can buy it. We will show you the link to buy said chair, but I just want to guess. $5K, $12K, $10,000. Let me just start with none of your answers are high enough. Okay, Sergeant Nobody finally shot over it with 20,000.
Yes.
You're close. It is $13,000 for this chair. If you were going to pick it up, can I get a raise of hands? Who? Number one, just so you know, Sarah has bought all of us one, so it's on the way.
Yeah.
So that was part of the
show.
Merry Christmas. We get to have this chair. It's $13,000, and it does not come with monitors. No, that's just for the chair. There's no monitors.
Can I pick a different color at least?
Yeah.
Is it red?
I don't know.
Can I get
We're
it
gonna
in baby blue?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and click on it. So here it is right here. By the way, just so you know, this website gets affiliate. So if somebody were to buy just one of these chairs, they're gonna get some money. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna open this up. This is the most expensive chair. $13,899. Only 10 left in stock, guys.
Oh,
better
man.
hurry.
Oh, better buy it.
They're running out. You better get on this deal while you can. Dude, they do have other colors. Oh.
Dude, that's a
Rounded down.
That looks
That's
pretty sick,
14K.
actually.
Oh yeah,
Wait, which one was 14K?
This one's
I mean, you rounded down.
That's definitely.
Yeah. He rounded. That's 14K with
dude.
taxes.
$13,999.99 is still less than $14,000. Technically. And some of you live in Oregon, so you don't even pay the tax, right?
Yeah.
13.8. Okay, so which one's your favorite, guys? Dude, I gotta say, man, that purple green. If you had like that Asus ROG Neon Genesis Evangelion
That's what I'm
system,
saying,
you know what I
that's
mean?
Evangelion
And then you
right
get,
there.
yeah, then you go hook that up. Okay, so let's see, let's just make sure. It weighs 18,000 grams. I love how they were so precise.
18,000, so 18 kilograms?
18,000.
18,000 grams.
It's made of alloy steel. The seat material is leather. I mean, just look.
I hope so.
Here's it in your house. I'm sorry, but is this really the best picture you can take of it in your house?
Your mom or your spouse is gonna love that.
I know. I can see that. It's a living room set piece right there.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, I actually can't afford furniture because I just have this scorpion. Oh man.
Is there assembly required? Like, do I have to assemble that at home?
Dude, look at all this stuff. Like, this is like they've pointed. Compatible with mount screen. Electric controlled scorpion tail boom.
Ooh.
Linkage clamp. Dude, the seats look like scorpion claws.
They do. This is straight
They love it.
cyberpunk. Like, you know, when they gotta plug in, get their data,
Dude.
or Matrix.
Oh, and
like,
look, it's got RGB, so that means 10 bajillion more, and it's only controlled. Oh, we have a video.
Oh, we gotta see this.
Oh.
Here is from
Okay, so this is from Unbox Therapy.
Oh, wow, I like
Wow.
that gray. That gray, that's actually pretty neat. Oh, 5 monitors just in case.
with the legs down on the bottom.
It's like it's out of the Matrix.
Wow,
Yeah.
it actually looks way cooler.
It does look
Yeah,
It looks
it's
way
way
cooler on this.
I'm influenced now. I want this.
Yeah.
5 monitor setup.
5 monitors.
Match the RGB on the back.
Of course.
Monitors,
You gotta match the
RGB
RGB.
on the tail itself. So all the
Wow.
color matching is going on.
Yeah, exactly. The rise of the walkers. Yes,
All the
that's
cabling rigged up, and the power,
100%.
the way the power bricks are Velcro.
Wow.
Just a
Wow.
wild
Wow.
piece of madness.
You get
Dude,
I'm actually impressed.
that's a lot of power.
I'm actually impressed. I have to say, like,
Yeah,
guys, that is not as
selling
chintzy or
point.
ugly looking as I thought it would be.
Not at all.
The
Not at
selling
all.
point was the video. Good
Yeah.
job on that part.
The video actually sold it. I just bought one, and now there's only 9 left, guys. If you want to get on that,
No,
only 9.
Sarah bought 3. So
Sarah
there's
bought
7
3.
left.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man, now I have 2. I'm just gonna put them side by side, so like Aaron and I can game together. You know what I mean?
Back
with
to
our
back?
with our dual scorpions.
What
You know
game
what I
would we
mean?
play on that?
What game would we play? Well, okay, guys, chat. What should be the game that we play on our scorpion chairs? You know what I mean?
Mortal
Dude,
Kombat?
I don't even want to think about having to pong.
Yeah, I was gonna say watching you play like
Minesweeper.
like Minesweeper.
Minesweeper. We're gonna play Minesweeper on it, guys. Yeah, Minesweeper. Flight Sim would actually be pretty cool. Though the
I see,
5
yeah,
monitors,
I
it's
agree.
like it'd be weird. Like you have the 3, and then just what are these 2 up? Hey, look, the roof.
No, it's for we can invite our friends.
Oh, so you can see the chat and stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, guys, so just so you know, it's going to be a new funding goal on Robeytech. We're going to get rid of the set and just do everything from the Scorpion chair. You know, the funny thing is we haven't even talked about the other chairs on this list. So let's bring up the other chairs on the list and so we can talk about the rest of them. Okay, so some of the other chairs that we have in here. So we have the Glovins, and by the way, all the other chairs are like 3,500 is the next most expensive one, right?
Okay, that's a big
No,
step.
no,
Yeah,
there's
so it's a
one
big
more.
step down from here. So we already talked about the Boyda, and it's called the ergonomic gaming cockpit.
Ergonomic, yes. For your
I'm
carpal
loving the
tunnel.
pros and cons here. I needed to know.
It says for reliable reviews exist, few reliable. So just so you know, not a lot of people know if it's
I wonder
worth the
why.
money. Nobody spent it. Okay, here we go. The Clovins Unicorn 2 Manticore Gaming Workstation. Unparalleled immersion with a built-in screen rack supporting up to 5 screens. The chair is massive and requires a large footprint. Why was that not on the Scorpion one?
I know.
Dude,
It's like-
that's much bigger. I don't understand. Oh man, I love top 5 lists because you're just like the pros and cons.
ridiculous.
Somebody's just like, what am I gonna think of?
You
know what?
I even analyze this.
I do
big.
admit, like if a dentist, maybe that's what a dentist do. This is like if you came to your dental
It does
office
look
and you
like
got
that.
Yeah, it does. You're
yeah.
right. It does. It looks like a
yeah.
dentist chair. You are correct in that. Okay, the best Virtua. Oh wait a minute. Imperator. What do you think?
Yeah, Imperator?
Imperator? Yeah, we have no idea. Works
Imperator.
R1 Pro
Imperator.
workstation. It features excellent relaxation for during gaming.
It says massage gaming.
Yeah, it's got a massage gaming chair. That's a terrible
Yeah.
idea. Okay, let me ask you this question. Okay, chat, Alex, Aaron. I don't know, man. As I've gotten older, like I'll sit down to start playing games and then I get sleepy. Do you like? Does anybody else have this problem? Like you're like wanting to play games and nope. Okay, well then maybe that's just me.
I'm a tryhard man. Like I'm in the zone.
You're in the zone.
Game style, so I'm like, ooh.
Maybe that's my problem. Is I'm a tryhard too, and I was like, this is going to be exhausting.
Well,
Alex, what about you? Are you a sleeper or?
no, and I actually get really involved into it. Like I was playing Assassin's Creed because that's my homework. I was playing Assassin's Creed last weekend.
I like how he always puts that in
It's
there.
terrible homework.
And I was start playing at 10 p.m. Then I look at the clock again. It's like 1 a.m. Like
Snap!
Past
What
my
was-
That
bedtime.
happens for sure.
Alex, when was the last time that happened to you though? Honestly, like when was the last time that you've actually had like a 1 a.m. like? Because I don't know, man. That always makes me happy. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I was into it. Like that was like I played a really good game, you know?
The last time I was into a game until 1 a.m. or the last time I was up until 1 a.m.
No, not what, and like into a game, dude.
Into a game?
You
Yeah,
don't
it
care
was.
about when you're up, like he's up there. Oh, I got to get those last reps in or whatever it is. No, I want the stuff that's relevant to the show, my man.
It was Jedi Last Survivor.
Okay,
That was the one.
okay, which is a great game, solid game.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, the gaming station only supports one ultra wide. Lame. Only one monitor. Lame.
I can't game on
Lame.
that. It's no longer worth the massage feature.
It's not even worth the massage feature.
Well, not only that, but for $3,600.
$3,600. Wow.
That does look pretty cool.
Dude, I don't know, man.
That's about $10,000 off the other one.
Dude,
so
that
that's
looks
like a good deal.
That looks like
That's a
STF1 from Robeytech, dude. Like
You're
that's
losing
like,
money
That
not
is
buying it.
true.
It looks like STF1 from Robeytech. Dude, that thing, like this is, I mean, this like right here, this is just poorly designed. I feel like this is just
could be
not.
more.
This just could be more
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it could be more.
You know what is interesting? They don't
focus
have
on
the
the
Cooler
massage.
Master
Yeah.
one in there.
Yeah, that wasn't even in here. And then randomly, I feel like
I
Diablo
know.
paid for this. Is they're like, and randomly there's this chair. Ergonomic. This standalone gaming chair lacks the premium features of more expensive options. How much is
Wait.
this chair?
I know.
$1,500.
Exactly.
Why?
What? Is that
Dude, that
inflation?
thing. What does it have? Why is it $1,500? Does it have like gold hidden in it or something?
Oh, real like Italian leather or something?
Dude, that looks like it hurts. Like you're like falling asleep and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I punctured my head.
In another life,
1,500.
it used to be a Lambo seat, so that's why. That's why
Oh
it's
my
ridiculous.
gosh. I don't know what it was, dude, but no thanks.
Need the Gucci seat next.
Dude, you need something for
The Louis.
$1,500. Okay, no, that's enough of that nonsense. Moving on to the next thing. Oh, dude, how often? Okay, I got to kick off. So I think
Okay,
Alex, this is
great.
yours, but I'm gonna kick this off.
It's okay, go
I think
for
this
it.
is me. And
okay.
all of us can chime in. How often does this thing come up? Like this is it's on a cycle. I swear to gosh that gaming news cycles have we should bring up mobile's the gaming future. Like it's been 3 months, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like somebody said,
Exactly.
Alexa, set alarm for next news story about mobile. The short of this article that kind of came out was, hey, you know what? A lot of people play games on their phones, and this is going to be the future, and it's a great place to go get ad revenue from all the people who are playing games on their phones. That's
Yeah,
literally
that's it.
the short of this
Yeah.
entire article. Do I think? Yes, I think that mobile is a future. I think it is its own future. I do not think mobile gaming is going to replace console gaming, cloud gaming, and all the other gaming that we have a tendency to already have. Alex, thoughts?
I completely agree. Like you said, it's like on repeat. I'm like, because I was reading through the article, and I was expecting for the article to talk about handheld and everything. I was like, Candy Crush. I'm like, oh wait a minute. Well, we've been gaming on the cell phones for forever, and like, how is this news?
Which
like,
that's a
what?
Microsoft title now, by the way. You know, Candy
Yeah,
Crush.
that's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty interesting because they were saying like the handheld console market is said to be worth $470 billion.
Yeah.
And so it's like we're gonna go after that. Therefore, marketeers and ad guys are gonna completely chase you down because you're completely focused while you game. Therefore, they can have your attention by placing ads within the game,
But-
which
I mean, it's funny because it's mobile gaming is the only gaming that my wife does. My wife basically plays she plays anywhere between 5 and 7 hours of mobile games, and it's all like it's really funny because she gets really offended. I was talking to her this morning. I was reading through these articles, and I was like, Brenda, how much do you play? And she plays like this word game, and she's super proud. She's in like the top 2% of like the world in this word game. Like she's really proud of it. Like she could
Scrabble?
be an e-sport word person. It's like, no, it's not Scrabble. It's like you get a ring, and then you have to find all the words that this ring makes, and you have to do it in a certain amount of time.
Okay.
I don't know what the name is.
That's cool.
But she gets super mad. I'm like, you are essentially you are a mid-level gamer because you spend 5 to 7 hours a week playing games. She's like, I do not play the same games as you. My games are not that hard. And I'm like, what? Wait, when does complexity determine what kind of gamer you are? If your game, that's like board gamers who are like, wait, if you're not playing Axis and Allies or Fortress America, you're not a real board gamer. It's like, dude, gamers are gamers. But it's just so funny. She got offended when she was like, I'm not like you at all.
I feel like there's always been some sort of elitistness to that on some level. And I can see where it comes from originally. You go back in time. But I agree. I think gamers are gamers.
Yeah.
But I will say this, I skimmed through the article as well, and I have the same sentiments as both of y'all. But I do think they're onto something, which is mobile gaming is really big. Specifically, we look at like one big competitor in this space, Nintendo. They only make mobile platforms now.
Yeah.
And they saw that trend 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I just looked it up right now. If I look at the most popular esports in the world, it's a mobile title.
Yeah, which I did know that, which I did.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about esports later. Get ready for your rant. It's coming.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about esports later. But, I mean, again, I feel like I think everybody has their niche. I don't feel like one thing is going to take this over. I don't feel like mobile is the death of gaming. I do remember really early on when mobile gaming really started to take off, Xbox was all about like telling us, like we had a little bit of a panic at Microsoft at the time. They were like, this is going to be the end. Like, and everybody started doing like 3 screens in the cloud, and we all had this. But I'll be honest, man. The thing is that kind of that reaction that my wife had kind of shows that there's almost a segmentation that like almost like a wall that exists between them because they feel like they're different. And I feel like trying to merge those identities, in a lot of ways, Hollywood's been trying to do that with movies and video games. And if you try and do it wrong, then it all has to be what's the word? Natural. Like if it feels forced, then they don't play it.
Totally, and it's totally transparent. Like you can tell when someone's like not into it.
Yeah.
It doesn't come off right.
I mean, I've tried. There's been some mobile games I've been excited about. Like Homeworld just released a new one. I don't know if you've ever played Homeworld, but so Homeworld's old school game. I know many people are probably talking in the chat of like who are aware of what that is. But there are games that I have wanted to play on mobile, but for the most part, then I'll just be like, I'd rather play this on my Switch or my ROG Ally or Steam Deck or whatever it was. So going from there. Anyway, interesting article. Again, we'll probably be back here in 3 months talking about it again when some other person decides to publish it. The next one, you know what? I'm starting to find out. I don't know what my opinion is of digital trends because I have been reading. This is the third or fourth article we've covered, Alex, by them.
Yeah,
And this one is all about how Windows is essentially holding back mobile gaming. And the reason that they're saying, and I had to like take a step back because I have some opinions. But Alex, why don't you tell us about this particular article?
Right. So, like you mentioned before, the author's saying that Windows is holding it back just because it is a little bit overbloated and it doesn't provide all the real experience that you have on a PC into a handheld. Like trying to alt tab to get out of the game and do something else, it kind of, well, for lack of a better word, it kind of crashes. So he's saying that Windows is holding it back, and the solution to that, or one of the solutions to that, is Linux. So going to involve Steam. I mean, he's aware that there's Windows having a PC on your hand brings a lot of advantages, and he also is aware that Linux doesn't have all the games, and you have to deal with the drivers and other stuff. But at the end of the day, he thinks that the Linux is the way to go, at least when it comes to handhelding games, which is pretty interesting to see what he was going though.
It's it's funny. I find this article both. At first, I was like, well, duh. But then I was like, I thought like, duh, in not a good way, because the whole thing is like his whole thing was like, we need a game specific OS. And the example that he kind of came up with is he talked about Xbox, because Xbox does run on Microsoft Windows.
Yep.
It has a Windows kernel, all that sort of stuff. I remember the first time we actually got it running on the OG Xbox. Like, it was such a big deal with Seamus and all those guys. But it does. It runs a stripped down version. The funny thing is like his crux here is that because of Windows, the user experience on the ROG Ally and now what'll be the Legion Go and some of these other games, these other systems that are coming out, even stuff like the One X player, which is Intel powered and stuff like that, the experience is subpar compared to that of the Steam Deck. And he was like, the whole reason is Linux. That is a load of crap, because the fact of the matter is that SteamOS was built on top of Linux, and it became an exclusive experience that they could do. And in fact, the ROG Ally kind of has the same thing. When you boot into the Ally, it doesn't boot to desktop, it boots to its own bootloader that basically has its own wrapper. I will tell you, the problem is that I would say in this case, Asus, Legion, One X, those guys haven't taken enough time developing the software to make the experience better. Because I will tell you, I know for a fact, Microsoft is all about creating and allowing people to do experiences like that. I'm just saying that what Steam did, and this is just something Gabe and the team at Valve does really well, is make sure the experience is actually tailored and useful and works the way that it should. Because again, I play the RG Ally, I just use Steam. Like, all it does is I just use big picture mode and I just run it just like a Steam Deck. And yes, there are a couple things that it does that are kind of annoying because it doesn't have everything controlled like it does. But again, you can do that with Windows. It's just, Gabe just has a very standoffish approach to Microsoft, and there's some reasons for that. But I don't think Linux is the answer. I think it's like the same thing with what's going on with PC ports right now, where people release PC ports and they're terrible. It's because the developers have kind of cut, like, they took all this time developing an amazing piece of hardware and then it gets rushed to market without the software really being there. That's kind of my opinion. Alec, Aaron, thoughts?
Totally, I would agree 100%. You know, I think it's been in the game industry for a long time now, where they're under time crunch, they need to get a product out, and then the product comes out, and then they'll optimize and make patches further down the line. And they get better, the games do get better.
You know, it's funny because Org's bringing up an interesting point. Org's like, I get better FPS than I do on Windows. Yeah, but the other thing too is that I can give Windows to 100,000 more people who understand how to use it way easier than Linux's issue is usability, flat out.
Totally.
There's a reason that it's not, and the other thing too is security is also a big issue with Linux, because there is no, for people to understand, if you really want to understand why Linux is what Linux is, and that's not to say Linux isn't a great OS, but Linux is a enthusiast OS, not like Microsoft is. And the other thing too is understand the size of the team that it takes to manage security for every company, world's defense companies, all the other things for it has to do. Linux doesn't hold a candle to that stuff, specifically because of the developer upkeep that you need to be able to do something like that. I'm sorry, but Linux is just not going to be something that is going to be mass, because until somebody essentially takes the investment to do it. And I have no issue with it. I have a lot of people who run Linux. I have a Linux machine as well. But it's just, it's not a better answer. It's just a different answer. It's like mobile versus console versus PC. It has its space. It's its thing. That's my thing. And so that's what I'm just saying. Like, and there's nothing, I'm not saying you're wrong for running Linux. I'm just saying, to sit there and say like Linux is the answer, that's not a solution. And the other thing too is there's a reason that all the games are developed on Windows. People tried to have this battle, and at the point, Windows is essentially just basically won. So
like you said, Linux is for the enthusiasts, right? Because you get to go play with the kernel, you get to play with with the insides of the OS, and you get to optimize, adjust, tailor how you want it. Windows is good from a perspective, that is built for everyone, right? So it's like, if you don't want to go play, or if you don't have to play with the insides, it's fine. It works. It will help you there. And there's the amount of development that it requires to build such a thing, from security, from all the different perspectives, from drivers. Just go with the drivers. It makes a big difference.
And Viptis brings up a good. He said Intel is one of the biggest contributors to Linux. That's actually is true.
That is true, very true.
Also, Microsoft, believe it or not, Microsoft does too. There's actually a lot of these companies have, because again, Linux is still an OS that people need to support, and there's a lot of people who run it. I'm just letting you know, saying like, people get mad when people are saying, why don't you run Linux? Dude, go give Linux to a normal person and tell them to do that. It's just it is what it is. Okay, sorry.
A lot of the backbones on the networks are Linux based, even though the majority, right? So
yeah, that's where they live. That's where
Yeah.
Linux lives most of the time,
Yeah.
is in the data centers and the networking stacks like that.
Yep,
And
exactly.
Also, we just supported the open source summit
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago. I'm sorry. So yeah, Intel's in all that stuff.
Yeah, again, it's just one of those things. Linux has its place. The other thing too is it's where it has it is because of the customization of the OS, which is what is so good about it. But it's also what keeps it from being what it what people need it to be to do more.
Totally.
And there's a reason that Steam Deck and Valve is having to invest a ton of money in basically in writing the software layer that allows Windows games to run on Linux, which is cool because it's also helped Linux gaming tremendously because of that. And we are being rated by Meyer. Thank you very much.
Let's
What's
go,
up, Meyer?
let's
It's
go.
good to thank you. Welcome to the channel. Okay, next one on there because we're getting we're in rant mode today. I feel like we're in rant mode. I want to get to the eSport article.
Rant.
This
Wait,
article.
just-
This article made me mad, guys. This article genuinely made me angry. This is from GamesBeat. It says, why creators are the future of gaming. And this, I'll be honest, man, it was just an ad. It was an ad.
Yeah.
It was an ad for Sandbox and their software they're going to be making. So I don't know. I don't really think we should cover it unless, Alex, you felt that there was anything really worth covering in this conversation.
No, it was pretty, like you said, it was an ad because it's like, come and play it literally in our sandbox, which because like, oh, we love Indian developers. And I'm like, well, we just talk about these other developers and how their new business models and how to charge and all this stuff and how all the entrance to as a creator, as a game developer is hard just because you're making it more difficult, more expensive to use those tools. So yeah. I mean, we'll put it on the chat where everybody if you want to read it, but it's definitely
Yeah. It was the idea, and I can understand why it got surfaced. The idea that creators are the future. They are.
They
I
are.
don't say they're the future. I say they are part of the future.
For sure, it's an integral piece. It's like a branch of a tree.
Yep,
There's
exactly.
Lots of different
Exactly.
things
Yep. But I wouldn't say that they're root. I think all in all, like creators are a large part of the marketing mechanisms and all that other stuff, which is what I kind of hoped this article would be about. It was not about that at all. But if you want to take it a read, there is some interesting stuff about Sandbox and getting into game development, which is actually worth reading if you want to get into entry-level game development. This is worth reading. Outside of that, just kind of an interesting article. Next one. This one's fun. Guys, this one's fun. Twitch
Yes.
chat, I'm ready to
you
hear
should
this.
you should make a poll, or at least
We
let
should
them
make a
guess
poll
which are the
because
top 5.
I would love to know. I wish we could do write-ins and polls. You know what I mean? What you think
Yes.
the worst
Only
game
5
of 2023 is.
5.
And we have played one of these games on the show. So not on. We didn't play it on Intel. We actually played it on Twitch.
Okay.
And that was we played Golem, right, which is one of the worst PC
There you
games.
go.
I feel like, hey, Insider Gaming, if you're
Number
watching,
one.
you probably obviously aren't. But Insider Game, if you are watching, I would love to see 5 worst rated PC ports of 2023. You know what I mean? What are the worst PC ports? Because you got. Can I get a GG in the chat for just sometimes how abysmal PC ports can be sometimes, and how we feel like they are.
They just need some time. They just need some
Yeah,
time.
you know,
Yeah.
it's what we were talking about
get
before,
there.
right? It's like a team is going to develop a game, get it out the hardware they need to, whatever platform it is, and then PC is secondary. It'll come with optimizations, it'll come with patches, but yeah, it's rough.
I mean, it's funny because like one game we just got finished playing. I mean, for instance, we have a lot of partnerships and things like that. You know, we've got to play some great games, but again, even some of the min specs for some of these games that are coming out
I
there,
know.
you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
3080 is your min spec? Like, what is that? I mean, sorry, that's like, dude. Can I just I'd love to get a poll in chat. I don't know if we're running another poll. How many of you own a 3080 or better? I want to see how many people in chat own a 38. You don't count. Alex, you don't count. I don't count. I definitely don't count. I have
My system, my system is an outlier, so
Yeah, yeah.
I don't count. Yeah.
Yeah. So
We don't
I would love to
represent the
see.
normal.
I would love to see a thing in chat that says how many people own a 3080 or better, because I'm telling you, it's not as high as you think. Present company not concluded. Okay, so here we are. Worst PC games. Crime Boss Rock City. Didn't play it. Don't know a whole lot about this one.
Yeah,
so,
can't comment either.
yeah, so I don't know if anybody in the chat wants to bring this up. Number 4, Unholy.
Yeah, I never heard of that one.
I never heard of this. So far, the rumor is that not only are they not good, they are
popular.
They're not scary.
popular.
Maybe there's a correlation there.
Yeah, maybe. Testament: The Order of High Human is a first-person single-player. This actually looks pretty good, but apparently it's sitting at a 41% on Metacritic right now.
Wait. So read what is it about? It says it's a single-player action-adventure game with bits of RPG and a
Metroidvania.
Metroidvania element set in a post-apocalyptic
Wait a minute.
fantasy world.
How can you have a... Wow, that's like, dude, that's like literally somebody was like, you know what, I'm going to put every genre in Yahtzee, just roll it, and then that's what our game's going to be. And it was like, it's somebody... I don't know.
That DM was going ham.
Point is, if you get it for free, let us know if it's any good. If not, apparently
I
avoid
was
it.
like, I think
This
I
one,
had the
though.
same reaction.
Lord of the Ring Golem. I mean, this company's gone. Like, it's done. Like, they're actually closed.
Yeah,
so-
they closed their development department.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
closed.
yeah. So this one is unfortunately not a thing anymore.
Sorry, I feel bad for the
Yeah,
developer.
but yeah, Lord of the Ring Golem. All in all, I played this. It was terrible. We played it live on. I actually paid for this game, so I was
geez.
one of like some number of people who actually paid
Really
for this game.
experienced it.
Because let's be honest, the Lord of the Rings games, for the most part, have actually been really good games. Middle Earth,
Yeah.
all those ones,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
really good. I was literally hoodwinked because I was like, Lord of the Rings, yes, this game's gonna be. Now I'm like, oh, there's more Lord of the Rings games. I don't know if I want to buy these anymore because it was so bad.
I've had that problem with other genres too. Like,
Yeah.
This genre, I trust and know.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, Legend of Zelda. I'm just kidding. Oh,
We'll start a fire over
Careful,
here.
careful. You
oh
get
wow, our
burned.
viewers just dropped by everybody. No, I'm just kidding. Going from there. So 73% on Twitch. What did we end up with? Matt, what was our number on? How is our poll looking on 38 or better on Discord? Did we get a chance to do that?
Let me look. Yeah. Looking like 38 or better, yes, is 18, and then no is 38.
Okay,
Not
so
even
yeah,
20%.
not yeah. So dude, that's
Not
yeah. Again, not a lot. So that's like to make that your min spec.
That's pretty absurd.
That seems
that's,
not good for business.
Not at all.
If you
need
wanna
get a
sell
quality-
games-
Tough challenge.
Yeah.
You want to go in there? I know. Return to Moria's out. Maybe that's a take that to the list. Okay, so I have to. Is that any good, DJ Techno? Because I actually was interested in that one. And then number one was Grey Hill interested in it. I really thought, because given how I thought this game was going to be recent enough, because now it seems like the new number one is King Kong,
Oh yeah, that's right.
which
We're
is
talking
like,
about that.
which is
Yeah, yeah.
apparently we're going to throw it
Well-
in here as an honorable mention. But
Yeah, the chat has been asking about it. King Kong, King Kong,
King Kong. Let me tell you something, guys. If you really want an interesting story, though, it's actually worth reading the developer history behind that game. They made that game in a year.
Oh wow.
So the
wow.
whole thing was
That's
made in a
super
year. It
quick.
was signed. It was a terrible publishing deal. It was a small Brazilian studio, and essentially they took a deal thinking that And I'll be honest, guys. This is a strategy. If you've ever worked in game development, this is a strategy the developers have. There is no way a publisher is going to let us release a subpar game. So they did a lot of technical work, and then they were like, no, you have to release this game. And so they did the best they could, and given what they did, so Fragility, it was this year. It like literally, they had a year from when the game released to basically get the game out, which
Dang.
AAA, that's actually, most games 4 to 5 years, some even longer. Starfield was 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like when you think about
that's
other
what I
games,
expect.
it's a long time to get a game out. So to do something like that in a year, was it good? No. But
What do you expect?
I mean,
What do you expect?
there's a story there. I
year.
guess that's my point.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go through. We're gonna try and get through the next couple one because the next one's kind of an ad too. IGN. This article was disappointing.
Yeah.
And I used to write for IGN, so I feel like I can
too.
go. I can give this. This was kind of a disappointing article. So I actually, when I first cracked this, and I'll let Alex take it from here. I actually thought I was going to learn something. But
Me
Alex,
too.
Why
Me too, I thought-
don't you tell me what we actually learned?
We learn about ping and how ping is equal to latency and how a low ping number is better for gaming experience.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Did you know that?
It sounds like a skill issue.
I didn't know. I feel like I learned that now.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
Aaron's more educated.
Yeah.
Aaron's more educated. Guys, this basically tells you what you should do is make sure your quality of service, like you have a QoS set up, and then you basically have you set priority on your router for gaming,
Yeah.
and then everything else is completely out of your control.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really
Yeah,
what
the
this
magic
is.
carpet, man.
Make sure that the
Everything
server
else
you're
is like-
logging into
And
is
then for
very
anything
close
else,
to you.
you're Yeah, it's org is org. We're kidding. We're not being serious. Yes, we know that it's a skill issue when your ping is higher than 150 milliseconds. It's actually an IP. It's your IP skill issue most of the time.
Look, I see these people in the esports titles I'm playing. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
I'm playing someone in Japan, and I'm over here in America.
Yeah, I will tell you. I will say there are a lot of people who probably could read this. There is definitely an education that needs to happen because people do things like double nats, like all sorts of stuff that really hamper, and they're like, why do I suck at this game? And it's like, believe it or not, you actually might be pretty good, but because you have a less than, a 15 or 20 or even a 30 millisecond ping on certain games, you're not registering shots all that well. There can be real skill issues brought by networking, which is why you should only play in LANs.
Totally. I mean, that's standard for, like, again, high level play. That's the only way to do it.
Yep.
There's no other option.
Yep.
Well, okay, I don't want to call out the publishers, but to me, that's
Hey,
the only
Aaron.
way.
Sounds like an excuse, Aaron. Sounds like you're making excuses
Look,
right now.
I got Johns for days, but land only. Keep it land. Keep it land.
So Wind Indian says, I beg to differ. I'd love to see what you have to say. I mean, again, I don't even know what I said that I could have been wrong about because I've been being nonsensical for the last like 20 minutes. So, but I want to hear what you have to say because we want to definitely bring Chad in.
You should check out Electric Yoshi. Skill issues, get a better gaming chair.
Exactly. If you really want, here's the deal. If you really want to be good, you should own the Scorpion chair.
That's the only way.
That's the only way to do it. That's why we are so good at gaming. We all own. Oh, okay. Sorry. We all own the gaming chair. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Wendy, because if you disagree with me, that is okay. This is a safe space to have chat. We want you guys to. If you disagree, that's totally fine. Or disagrees with me. Viptus disagrees with me all the time. Not mad at him. Still love him. If they were here, I'd hug him and give him a chippy.
I disagree with you.
Okay. Okay, next one.
Which one are we talking about? Is it the esports one? Or which one
I hope so, yes. Okay, this is the one we want to get to, and then we're going to... Oh, you know what we should do before we get into this? We should start the
giveaway.
No, not the give... You just want to give everything away, Alex.
I mean, we already have one giveaway going.
Okay,
sorry.
We should talk about
Overlord.
undervolting because we wanted to run some stuff before we get back to this. Okay, so we're gonna pause on this one, guys. We're gonna pause on this one. Aaron, let's switch it over. We're gonna pause on this for a sec. We're gonna switch over to he's gonna go move the chair over, and let's let you start talking about overclocking real quick, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna give you need video, right?
Yeah. That'd be great.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, Alex looks baffled already.
Alex is like, remember, Alex?
Wait,
we went through this, sir.
We're doing the overclocking?
We're gonna start the undervolting conversation. Oh,
Hold on,
Alex
let me
needs a
get
second
my-
though. Okay, so Alex will be right back. Okay, but go ahead and jumping in here.
All right.
You do your intro. Here we go, Alex. I mean, sorry, Aaron. There's too many A's.
Aaron.
Aaron.
So, this is what we were mentioning at the beginning of the show, right? This is a demo we showcased at our most recent 14 Gen launch. And to be honest, it kind of came out what the community was talking about. You know, the people were doing this. There's articles written about it. And then it was just kind of like, well, why don't we just show people how to do it here?
Yeah,
Let's
guys,
see the Intel perspective.
This
What's
is
going on?
This is actually really important because the other thing too is like when we got done with the talk. Like you came over here and I was like, no, you need to break it down simple because people are gonna be like, this doesn't make any sense. But we're gonna get there. Guys, undervolting and overclocking can be such an important part of owning an Intel or even the other guys, right? Part of the ecosystem. Yeah. So we wanted to we're going to give you a tour today and show you how to get the most out of your CPU. We're going to use a laptop because again, it's a closed ecosystem. It gives us a way to do that. This is stuff that you can totally do on your desktop processor as well. Just as an FYI. Sorry, go ahead.
Totally, yeah. So you bring up a good point, and I brought up a laptop because I figured there's really not anything more thermally constrained than a laptop. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do undervolting specifically.
And the results you're gonna get are impressive. That's the other thing too. Yeah. So you're gonna, if you have a laptop with an Intel now, there's some disclaimers. We'll get to that a little bit later. We've learned some things during this thing, but go ahead.
Totally. But with that said, so let me just share what I got on the screen here. So I got a couple programs. Number one, I got Cinebench. This is a really good tool. It's a 3D rendering tool. It will maximize all of the CPU cores. So it'll render this image in 3D on all the cores it can. In the background, I also have this one. This is the CPU ID hardware monitor. So this is a way for us to physically see some of the temperatures, some of the frequencies that we're gonna see on the cores. It displays a lot more than that, but for us, what we're gonna be looking at is the temperatures, as well as the frequencies across the P cores and the E cores. And then the piece de the resistance is the tool we're going to use to actually undervolt our system, and this is our Intel Extreme Tuning Utility, or XTU.
So, Aaron, I had a question for you. Is how Alex is dressed appropriate to do his undervolting?
Yes, I love it. Need more safety goggles, bigger ones.
You need bigger goggles, Alex,
The
in your
safety
rubber
ones.
gloves.
We can fix that. Hold on.
Rubber gloves. You need rubber gloves that are bigger. You anytime you just need bigger rubber gloves. And you guys, if you are not dressed like Alex when you're undervolting, understand Aaron and I are professionals, but Alex is not a professional, so he is taking the appropriate safety measures to undervolt his
He does
laptop.
have the right chair though, so I mean.
Yeah, that is true.
That's, you know, bases covered.
Yeah, exactly.
So with that said, we're gonna use this tool. Let's go on and start a run, man. Well, okay, let me go back 1 second. On XTU. So this is a free software available on our Intel website. You can download it. You can unlock the capabilities to overclock and undervolt on most of the HX, and K SKUs that you might have at home. It goes actually back down to the Intel 7th generation. So it goes back pretty far. So there's a slew of different platforms available if you have an HX, an X, or a K SKU at home. And it's free. This is free, and you can just unlock more performance just out of the package.
But we got to interject right there. You could, depending on laptop or certain things, have laptops, and we found this with certain ones, Clevo, which is sold by Falcon, and Origin, where you may not be able to do undervolting, or you have to use a separate program because the BIOS is limiting. We are reaching out to those people to ask questions to see if this is a thing, but again, we want to make sure that you're aware there could be certain circumstances where you are limited by the hardware and the BIOS in certain cases. Yeah,
totally. So there's generally a spec that was produced by Intel earlier this year that suggested, like, hey, we had a new feature called undervolt protection, and because that feature was implemented, given to ODMs when they develop things like motherboards and all of those parts, like, hey, this is a spec you can put in your motherboard. It's up to you if you choose to do this, and some of them do choose to do that. So you may have to disable undervolt protection, but some of the BIOSes do not allow you to even disable that. So your experience may vary.
Yeah, and again, if you have questions or you guys want to get into this, and again, this is all about giving you the most power and getting the most out of your Intel CPU, whether that's HX or K, then you can basically do this. And again, go to discord.gg/Intel. Great place to have this conversation. People like Aaron hang out. You can also head over to discord.gg/Robeytech. We have our tech people. So if you guys want to learn more about this, then you absolutely can. So what we have here, we have hardware info monitor, Cinebench, and we got XTU open right now. Okay.
So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and run. We're going to run a 10-minute test here. Let's go and just push start.
Okay, so we're gonna do that,
and that'll be great because then we'll bake, we can have continual conversations. We're gonna see a score after a 10-minute run here, somewhere in the rounds we saw before, 20,000-ish or whatever it may be.
And like, Alex, okay, let me ask you, are you overclocking or are you jumping out of an airplane, my man? I don't actually even know.
Isn't this the actual getup that we need to do for undervolting or overclocking? I mean, I thought this was like was OSHA regulations that you need to do this.
I mean, I guess if you really are worried, safety is super important. All joking aside, you don't really need to dress like Alex, but let's be honest, Aaron, this is actually pretty safe. What you're going to do, you don't actually have to wear anything. If you maybe want to build up like one of those Lego things in front of you with like see-through glass just to protect you from potential heat blast, I mean, that might be the only thing that I recommend, but you don't have to go all out like Alex. Just the thing is Alex is really good at cosplay.
He's selling it. Yeah, and specifically, with regards to undervolting, it's actually probably the safest performance measure thing you can get out of your whole system. Even if it goes under, the worst thing that's going to happen is the system's going to crash, and then we'll revert back to a previously saved state, and then we'll load the OS to like, oh, by the way, we noticed the system crashed. Let's just go back to what it was before. It's actually not going to damage a lot of things. I say that with disclaimer.
Yeah, obviously with the disclaimer that goes in there. But the other thing too is somebody had said an overclocked laptop is not good for lap. That's why we're undervolting on a laptop. Correct. Again, you're actually going to see the temperature stay the same. We'll get you guys more into that. But you'll see some performance increases, and we'll talk about that as well. But given we have 10 minutes, let's go back to the rant that we were going to go into, and then we'll come back to the overclocking, undervolting. Cookie thing. So it's cooking right now. This is like a cooking show.
It is.
A tech cooking show is happening right now.
And we're doing this first one without any changes. Just want to get a factory set up here, see what our score is, And then once we know where we're at, then we can see what the changes will be once we start undervolting it.
Okay, so that's where we're at, guys. But in the short term, and now our screen, there we go. In the short term, let's talk about this this interesting article, because let's be honest. Let's start with a little history here. It has not been the best year for esports. It is not. It is 2023 was in a lot of ways just kind of almost like a reset for the esport industry. We've seen the closure of some big esport brands like CLG and some others who've basically folded. They've seen, like, you've seen, I think it was like 6,500 jobs cut in the game industry and the esport industry combined. And so this article was basically, there was just a organization. They get together, they meet. It's called the what was it? It was called the their third and final day of the annual Las Vegas, it just says their conference. And so these are all these big business guys who get together who run esport leagues, and they all get together and they talk about what is the current projection culture, kind of economy around the world of esports. And so there were some interesting things that came out of this article in general, and then we'll let people rant. First and foremost, it says, here's the biggest thing, is that esports executives believe broadcast rights are the industry's biggest challenge. Now, Alex, just so you guys, to give you some clarity, when they're talking about broadcast rights, some of the biggest places, things like NFL, NBA, NHL, and all those guys, World Cricket League, if you watch that. I just want to keep inclusion. The way that they make their money is they hold broadcast rights for television or streaming companies to actually hold these things. Something esports, and I think you know a little bit about this, Aaron.
I do know a little bit.
It does. It's something esports doesn't get to actually monetize on, because people are used to just going to twitch.tv/Robeytech or Intel or whatever, like you're doing now, and get to watch it for free, right? So the problem is that, and then obviously a company they talked to was Riot, who said, hey, Riot, would you be down to do this? And their Riot's like, no, it's kind of working, you know what I mean? Because we still make the money off of it now. Thoughts? Let's start with Alex. Alex, do you have any thoughts so far on what I'm covering? Anything you'd like to add?
I agree, and it's been interesting because even I was reading this article and looking at the poll questions and how they were asked. Is like, there's this question that it really bothered me, because it was like, what do you think the esports landscape will look like in 2024, 2025 in terms of areas such as sort of revenue, growth, audience, and engagement? When you're conducting a survey, you don't provide like several things. We just want you to answer like one thing. So that completely throws away what's going on. So it makes it, you can answer like, yes, it's looking great for revenue, but what about for audience engagement or growth? So it's not too happy with the survey. And like you said, it's been a really, really difficult year for esports of all the other things. You just told me that was it GL? The gamers, it just
CLG,
went away.
Yeah.
CLG went away. I was like, I wasn't aware of that. I was like, that's,
there's been a
sucks
couple
because we worked with them for a long time.
There's been some pillars are moving for sure. Some pillars are moving.
And so it was basically it was kind of crazy in terms of the stuff. So again, we talked about this. The big thing that kind of came out of it, which is more interesting, was that they went and talked to the esport guys. The esport guys said, hey, how do you feel about the industry's future? And they're talking about specifically esports. And for the most part, most people said the same or slightly better, right? It's like better. Some people said it's going to be worse or much worse, right? So that's not 16% between those two. And then you have 3% who said much better. Those people are crazy. And then I feel like I'm in this line. I'm like in this half right here with worse or the same. I don't know. Aaron, what do you think? You've lived in this world a little bit.
Yeah, so background, I have been a professional esports player, and I use that term meaning I was paid to play video games. I was sponsored, I got to travel around. This is years ago now, but I've been in this. I've been an enthusiast of this space for a long time, way before esports was ever a term that existed. Like I was playing Quake, StarCraft, Brood War, back in the WCG, World Cyber Games days and things like this. And just, I'm infatuated with the concept. My opinion on this is where it happened over 2023 is that in 2020, because of the great stay-at-home cause, everything grew up in media. People are home, people are streaming, people need content to watch. So we got great growth. Then, as the time comes, we'll go back to physical activity. The the viewership drops a little bit. There's this fascinating thing called the Gardner hype curve. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
It's like it's investors. This is a generalization, but with any new technology or anything that's exciting in an industry, no matter what type of industry it is, there's this initial hype. It builds up really cool. There's a peak of the hype, and then it starts to fall down, and like, oh, it's actually not as big or as game-changing as we thought it was, and then it kind of oscillates back, and it gets somewhere in the middle, right? And I think where we might be on the downward slope now, like, oh, investors would think there's all these viewership, all these young people who are watching these, who are participating in these games. They want to buy products, they want to have ad revenue, but as it turns out, it's a lot tougher to get that sale across or have those comps across because, unlike NFL or NASCAR, there's not a centralized source for media rights. And that causes a whole different slew because every game wants to showcase their game differently. Riot wants to do things differently, then Blizzard wants to do differently, then Valve wants to do differently, and there isn't like this hub that says everything, except for Twitch and a couple others, where it's like these individual developers, they have their own slew of concerns they're going to run with. Not just the game, because they got to change the game, update it, but then you have to talk about how do you build a rule set for each game? Well, there's not something uniform across all of that. There's a lot of complications involved, and I think we're just seeing investors say, hey, this is not as hype as we once thought a year ago, so we're going to back off a little bit.
And I think, honestly, one of the things that we have to thank for that is actually Blizzard, because Overwatch League was like probably the greatest chance for esports to prove that it could. Blizzard had done broadcast rights, they had actually done TV deals, they had big money behind the actual individual sports, they were giving developers and the teams the rights to the things they sold within the game, and then just frankly, the money wasn't there. And some of that could be just flat out, Overwatch wasn't the watchable mainstream title that everybody thought it was.
Maybe, yeah.
But I will tell you that in a lot of ways, if the esport industry at that point before Overwatch League was a candle, Overwatch is essentially the snuffer that basically put that candle out pretty big, because a lot of your companies, like a lot of your big sports investors, people like Mark Cuban, and then a lot of NFL owners were also owners of these big leagues. And then that's why the COD League, which was the second one that was supposed to kind of kick off, never really kind of materialized. Yep. And so what I think is interesting is that by having this massive deflation, which you talked about, because the thing that was so interesting about the curve you talked about is that ever since esports kicked off, and it really did with StarCraft in Korea, and then it basically went to League of Legends and Dota, it really kept going. That's right. And it wasn't until, and then finally at this crest point, it feels like the what essentially became the pivot point or the top of the parabola, which was Overwatch League. Blizzard just kind of became overstepped its bounds, and in the end, the whole industry is kind of reeling. It's almost like the housing bubble from The Big Short. You're now seeing a recalibration, and now a lot of companies are like, one of the things that I thought was super interesting was this right here, which is most esports industry leaders believe that publishers should financially support teams. And the reason this is important is that the thing is that when you look at companies like Riot or Steam or whatever it was, they make one great example is the amount of money Valve raises for Dota. Right, like the prize pool for that is like in the tens of millions of dollars, and basically the esport orgs are like, essentially like maybe the players only win 5 to 7, and the rest of it gets split to the teams, similar to something like F1. So you end up with like a Premier League, like similar to like the F1 2020 or what, sorry, not F1 2020, F1 Formula One. Sorry, I'm crossing my, like Formula One, where you have like your league that's essentially your teams compete, and then you also have your individual players compete. And the money is actually more heavily towards the teams and less on the actual players, because the players will make money off of if the esport is actually big enough, they'll make it off of other deals and all that sort of stuff. And so F1 feels like kind of like an opportunity for how esport is. So there's a lot I started reading into this, but I would say this was an interesting article. I still feel like there's a lot that needs to happen, and the recalibration isn't necessarily done at this point in time.
I do agree with that too. I think we're still going to be in for a ride as far as the esports world is concerned. But at the end of the day, for me as a personality, I'm gonna watch stuff anyway. I like playing. Yeah. I appreciate the skill that these athletes really have in order to compete in that level. It's fascinating to me. It's chess game on ×3.
Right.
So I'm for it. At the end of the day, our audience or investors gonna agree? That's up to them.
Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's just like an industry goes. You have your contraction, your acquisitions, consolidation of different industries trying trying, as the market goes through fluctuations, right? Sometimes there's a lot of low barriers for other people to come in and drive their own leagues. But then now it's like, okay, now we're tough times, and now you see people, buying other leagues and trying to grow, and like you said, it becomes difficult. And then there's also the publishers, right? The publishers are some of the ones that greatly benefit from that. So it'll be interesting to see if the people who broadcast it, for example, like Steam with CS:GO, they work together, and it also comes to their league that they have ongoing. So it's pretty interesting to see. I think there's a lot of consolidation, and it's a rough year. Let's hope it keeps on going. And like Aaron said, we're still gonna be watching it, right?
I mean, you guys, again, Intel specifically, IEM is a great example of a league, something that's been around forever. I mean, we talked a little bit last week about the CS:GO and CS:GO 2. I mean, with the fact that CS2 came out, CS:GO went away, but IEM still seems to be going pretty strong. I mean, we saw the response from wasn't IEM Sydney was CS2, right?
Correct. It was
Yeah.
CS2 Super Bowl.
And it was huge. I mean,
Yeah,
dude, so many people watch. So again, I don't feel like esports is dead. Somebody said, Rurutu said the esport audience is too small. That's actually not true. There's a ton of people who still watch it. The problem is that nobody has really figured out how to make the economics of it working. I had a great dinner with Phil Spencer, right, where I got in an argument about esports. And the thing is that really the way that game companies look at it is esports is a marketing tool. That is essentially all it is at that point in time. And so they feel it is a lost investment. And until it can become a moneymaker in a real way, you're going to see some of the bigger investment you need to make it mainstream. I mean, dude, for heaven's sake, we had StarCraft in the Olympics, right? Like it's like
that's true.
I mean, it's not to say that there's not an interest. It's like one of the only 3 Olympic events I watched. But like, point being is that
I'm curious now.
It's just the thing is that I feel like something like similar to F1, where it's going to take companies like Steam or the folks at Riot, or potentially even Blizzard, they come up with a better watchable game. Sorry, Overwatch, but I just don't think you're a mainstream watchable title, to make the economics work for the teams, because if they don't do it, then nobody else is going to do it. So,
yeah, it's a very complex issue, and media rights is probably the forefront of how you tackle that. I don't have the answer, but
we don't.
That's a thing.
But it's always a fun conversation to talk
Robey,
about.
since this conversation is not going to pop up ever again, what are the other 2 Olympic sports that you're going to be watching?
So I always, because I mean you just have to. I always watch figure skating, right? And then I really love skiing. So for Summer Olympics, really, I don't think I actually watch anything in the Summer Olympics until they get car racing in there. I think it's just not going to be my cup of tea.
Well, there's a sport for that already.
Yeah. But the other one I watch is the one where they ski with a crossbow on their back.
Oh, with a rifle.
Yeah, with a rifle. Yeah, I watched that one too.
Yes.
Dude, so they like cross country ski, then they do shooting.
They drop and shoot.
Yeah, it's like everything. Yeah, so that I watched too.
That seems like a hoop.
I was like, what is this game? It was like, and I tried to watch curling once, but dude, that sport just doesn't make sense. So, Chris Stoll asked, and this might be a good question for Matt, before we're getting ready to go back into our, for the BlizzCon tickets. The BlizzCon tickets are in person, correct? Not virtual tickets.
Yes, they should be in person.
Yeah, they're in
I'll
person.
verify that, but yeah, we'll be giving them out on the sweepstakes channel later today.
Yeah, so guys, make sure that you join discord.gg/intel. And that will be your chance to go and win. All giveaways today are happening over at discord.gg/intel. Join the conversation. There's also very active chatters there. People like Transient Gamers, Smoke, Anti-TL. We got Janisku7, Nikki Myung, Lockett. I'm just Lord Pansington. I mean, dude, with a name like that.
Dude, that's a top tier
That's
name.
a top tier name right there. No Pulse. We got so many people. Akiyama. So many people are chatting over in there as well, guys. So there's a great place to go and potentially win your Discord tickets and Ghostrunner 2 game codes and swag kits and a date with Matt.
Yes.
Fantastic. fantastic.
Okay.
Only if there's
you
tequila,
brought
guys.
up
Only if there's tequila.
right?
Everybody's like, finally.
Finally, a date with Matt. Okay, so we're back to overclocking. Here's where we're at. We've got our base score, and people are seeing a hint of what the new score is going to be because it's just on your screen. But whatever.
Maybe. Well, actually, okay, no. So what you're seeing on the screen now is this is the score we just got. It looks like we got a score of 23,315 points. Oh, I see. Yeah, what they saw before. But this is our baseline, right? So now with this knowledge in hand, we can begin making some modifications. So we're going to go over here to our XTU.
Okay.
And if you notice, this is actually what they call the compact view. So we just open up the program itself. It'll appear like this. In a lot of cases, you can change your quickest parameters you want to get rid of or modify. Like these two would be for your overclocking specifically.
Okay.
We're gonna leave those alone today because we're just gonna focus on undervolting. But if you want to do just quick and easy things, you can do that right there. We're gonna go ahead and click Advanced.
Advanced. Okay, guys, so we're getting advanced.
Advanced.
Advanced. Are you ready to be advanced, Alex?
I am advanced.
You are advanced. You know what got me advanced? My date with Matt.
Ooh. I need to get advanced. I need to.
That's a level
You didn't
up right
pay.
there.
You didn't pay on that
Hey.
date, so.
We went Dutch, Matt. What are you talking about? We went Dutch, buddy.
So when I click the Advanced tab, we get a whole new information tab, right? And I'll just go in top to bottom real quick. Top of the stack, system info. So we can see here we have a 13950 HX. This is an i9. It's a Raptor Lick, so this is one of those models we can change, right? You can look at everything else there. Let's go ahead and check. This is Speed Optimizer. There is a tool. If you want to do some quick and easy, you're just like, this is too complicated for me. Just give me something right away. Boom, you can do that if you would like. But I'll click this one. You can do stress test. We chose to do Cinebench for our stress test, right? As opposed to this in-tool stress test.
Let's be honest, it's much cooler. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's kinda
just looks
cooler.
better. And nothing against
yeah.
the XTU developers. We've seen you before. You all look the same, actually.
Yeah, it does a lot of math.
It does a lot of, but it's like it's not as cool. Than watching it pretend like it's doing something.
Totally,
So yeah,
totally. So with that, we're gonna click the Advanced tab.
Advanced tuning.
Advanced tuning.
yes.
Double advanced, advanced squared. So now on the top, there's actually more tabs that appeared. And the reason why we had to do this, by the way, is that because I'm gonna go ahead and hover over this little info tab right there. You see that one?
Yep.
And it gives me some more info. It says, this is under the core voltage offset. This offset is applied to the core's domain requested voltage at all times. On many platforms, it is tied to the cache domain. And in those cases, whichever is set to the larger value is the one that will be applied.
So what does that mean?
So that means through testing, in this specific platform, it is tied to the cache domain. So because of that, if I only change this number, it actually will not undervolt appropriately because the larger of the two between this core offset voltage and the cache offset voltage is this one part, it's 0.
Right.
Whereas right now I just changed the other one to minus 15 millivolts. So I gotta change both at the same time.
Okay.
Is where I'm going with that. What I have found, and this is what I would recommend for anybody out there to do this on your own, I would recommend starting at somewhere around the range of minus 20 millivolts, and then maybe go down to minus 30 millivolts. There's gonna be a point when after you apply it, and then begin benchmarking, where the system will be like, yo, calm down, buddy. I'm not getting the correct features anymore. The system may blue screen, it may crash, and once you get to that point, whatever voltage you set it to, just go back up.
Start stepping back up. Again, you're just
Yeah.
trying to find the lowest, basically stable core voltage offset, and this time you're negative. Now, if you go to your laptop and you see this, and this slider just is all the way at the edge, and it says 0, that is where you have what's called, basically undervolting protection on, and you may not be able to do it using XTU.
Correct. It'll let you know, by the way, that it's on, because there will be a really sweet little lightning bolt symbol that says, hey, undervolt protection is currently on. We can't change the voltage through this platform unless you disable that undervolt protection.
And what we have seen, and we're going to check this out a little bit later, but we have seen that it does work on Razer, it does work on Asus. We haven't checked Alienware. Unfortunately, Origin and Falcon, at least on the current more ones, do have undervolt protection, and there is no way to turn that off that we've learned so far. But again, this is something you should go check, because what you're going to see is a jump in performance, not small, And the other thing too is you're going to see temps stay. So this is going to give you more power. We'll talk about why a little bit later. But keep going.
Totally. So, okay, so I set the stage here. We have core voltage offset as well as the cache domain voltage offset. So we want to change both. So let's go and do that. And what I have found through my testing, I was mentioning this before, you know, play with -20, -30, -40. There'll be a point where it's no longer going to be stable, and then go back up from there. What I found is that I can get down to about -140 millivolts on this system, and it's pretty stable and it will work. I say that, and now it's going to crash when I do it live.
So one little comment there. So
Okay,
just
Alex is jumping in. What's up, Alex?
so I was gonna say, like, remember, guys, that you know every processor, silicon, and laptop is unique. So that doesn't mean that because Aaron got was able to go that low on the voltage, is gonna work the same for you. It's more of a ballpark.
Correct.
Yeah.
There is a silicon battery involved.
And that's
Yeah.
why it's funny because we talk about 14th gen. That's why the AI optimizer is so important, because the AI optimizer is now taking all that stuff from machine learning and understanding
Exactly.
the work and getting you close to, based on a machine learning and AI thing, of what your silicon. To be honest, guys, this part is actually very complicated because the variance from chip to chip to chip can be actually really crazy.
Totally.
So this is why he said start with 0.05 and then go from there, right? Like, in other words, jump in steps. Don't go crazy and be like, I'm going to take it all the way down.
Yeah.
So
it won't work right away. I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah.
Do some steps. You'll find it takes some tuning. You know, it's kind of fun. Like, I'm a car person. I like cars. Very similar ideas. Like, you want to get to the lean part of it, and that's where the most performance is going to be.
Okay, so here we go. So we're going on to the next part. So now you've set it.
Yeah, so I've set it to -140 millivolts on both systems, right? So just to kind of get it there, I'm going to click Compact View again. So now let's go ahead and run Cinebench one more time. So our previous score we got was 23,315, right? Let's just, we're going to run that 10-minute test one more time. And this is great because it's going to see if it's stable. We want to keep it going. This is how you would play a game, right?
Yep.
Like, I'm not playing a game for 30 seconds, maybe Candy Crush. But I'm in there. I'm up till 2 a.m. This is going to simulate what the actual experience is like, right? So we'll let that bake in the background, and we're going to see a new exciting score in 9 minutes.
In 9 minutes. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, let's go in there. And we'll go to side by side just to give. We're going to do a little bit of housekeeping, and then we'll find one more story to go in there, and then we'll go from there. But Alex and everybody's kind of going in. So a couple things. One, we are giving away copies of Ghostrunner 2. We're giving away. We are later on today. We're going to be giving away physical tickets to BlizzCon. If you want, and we are also giving away swag kits. And if you want to get in on those, you got to head over to discord.gg/intel. If you're watching on Twitch, it's great. You can totally hang out here. We want you here. There's conversations happening on both. Pop on over there. That's where all the giveaways are essentially happening, and those are going to be happening throughout the show. So if you want to get in on that, go from there. We have Aaron here, who's joining us from Intel, as well as Alex, who you guys know from Intel, world famous, by the way. You know him and Pitbull, his brother, and
Another mother.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr.
Worldwide right
305.
there. Mr. Worldwide right there. But Aaron is here. Aaron, what is your role? Like, what is your job? Because, I mean, the other thing, too, is we talked a little bit, but your job is actually very unique.
Yeah, you know, I feel like I have a kid in a candy store. If you asked a teenager a techie teenager, what would be the coolest job in the world? This is it right here. So my title is a technical marketing engineer. And basically what that means, and I do demos.
Right.
Specifically in the demos and event space.
Yep.
So what that means is it's my job to showcase our new technology, come up with a creative story, and showcase it to the globe at various events we have. Not just here with you, but maybe like a CES. We have our big show called Intel Innovation. There's lots of other shows that we support throughout the world, like IEMs, Intel Extreme Masters. There's federal summits, open source summits, wherever.
But this is the greatest. Like,
This
what
is
he's
the
doing
fun
right. This
thing.
is pretty much the greatest thing he's ever done, is hanging out with me and Alex.
This is
Alex,
the
wouldn't you
best.
agree? We are pretty much the coolest people to hang out with.
We are.
And
We are by a long
Matt
shot.
too. Matt's pretty cool. Matt, you're pretty cool,
I have to
right?
agree with that, or that I'm cool to hang out with.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, you are cool to hang out with, especially when he pays, right? Like, that's the thing. It's just,
Right.
It's everybody's goal is to get Matt to pay for a date once. Okay, you know that's like the whole thing we're working on. But
Well,
okay,
wait.
so this is
I thought he was going to Costco to get hot dogs and a drink.
I
Cheap
pay
date.
$3 for 2 hot dogs and drinks, refills.
wow, dude. We have the best experience ever. Okay, so Aaron, your job is to hang out, what are some of your favorite moments that you've had so far?
Oh man. So I've never had, let me write the laundry list here.
Okay.
Probably being able to travel and showcase things at like Intel Extreme Masters, amazing experience. Being able to show our products, our next generation of not just client CPUs, but also like data center and AI technologies with our executives, that's super cool. But probably the top of the list is coming here to Seattle and hanging out with Robey as we're going to do a demo here, finishing out this demo on undervolting.
Just so you know, Alex, you owe Aaron $50. I paid him to say that. So, but I told him you'd pay because Sarah's not here.
Should I add that to the 25? What's it called? Gift card that I lost to you for playing Elden Rings.
Yeah,
and dying?
exactly. You should.
Okay,
You should definitely do that for sure. Redacted, but going from there. Okay, awesome. So for those of you guys, we're working through undervolting. It's doing some magic right now. It's like a live cooking show where we're talking, but at the same time we're also like doing magic things in the back. Now, Matt, do we have any other things that we need to like? What are some other cool things happening over on the Discord right now? We haven't had enough of your talking and your glorious voice in the conversation today.
Well, we've got the 14th Gen Challenge going on. A lot of the people on the channel have been participating in that, and it's been really fun to keep track of. So maybe there will be some clues throughout the Discord that you'll want to look out for. That's all I'll say there. But yeah, continue to participate in that. It's going on for another couple weeks at least. And then otherwise, everything on the server, we've got sweepstakes, we've got the giveaways today. We've got morning show every Friday, basically, but we may reschedule next week. I think that's the only other update that I have.
Okay, and then the other two is we have some giveaways happening right now as well, Matt, for some systems, right? We have some systems that are up for grabs. It's been a busy time with 14th Gen. We want to talk a little bit about a couple systems we got?
Yeah, so I'm just posting those into the chat. We've got the 14700K giveaway that Robey helped build that build earlier this week. And then we've got the Assassin's Creed Blue Horse Studios build.
Yeah, so both beautiful systems. One 14900K 4070, right? And the other one 14700K 4070 Ti that you guys can go and win. Both done by Blue Horse Studios. Enter to win their Gleam.io stuff and all that kind of jazz. So worth getting it. And if you win, Matt actually licks each build, so you can also try to clone him. That's the
Is that
other
a pro? Like, do people want that?
Yeah, and we're gonna do a poll.
I mean,
would you like to clone Matt?
But then he could be registered for 2 BlizzCon.
Oh, that's right. He could do 2.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
It's all part of the thing. If you want to clone Matt, let us know in the chat. That's the thing that I mean, who doesn't want Matt? The taste of Matt. Somebody says it.
Get your own mat.
Get your own Matt. Get your own Matt.
I'll get a poll going.
Oh, man. Hey, by the way, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs laying in front of a front door?
I don't know.
Matt.
Oh, gee.
I was born into that one.
Yeah.
I walked right in.
Yeah, and you've heard the other one. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs floating in a pool?
I don't know.
Bob.
Bob.
Oh my gosh. Oh, those are the best. Those are the best. All the dad jokes. Okay, so we have 3 minutes and 33 seconds still left. You want to talk a little bit real quick, Alex, about the game that we're going to play? Because you've actually had to play. So just so you guys know, Ghostrunner 2, basically it's an homage to the cyberpunk genre, right?
Yep.
And then, so tell me about the game. What do you know so far, Alex?
So far the game pretty much picks up from for the first Ghostrunner, which I have no clue what it is, but it seems like, so you have all these ninjas, cyber ninjas. Makes me think a lot about cyberpunk because there's a lot of cyborgs and chrome, so a lot of enhanced humans. And the game starts as you are Jack, a cyber ninja, and there's this facility that has a big, huge reactor at the top the siege is being attacked, and you have to make it all the way to the top. And it seems like the bad guys from the previous Ghostrunner, the main enemy, the main bad guy is gonna go into that reactor to be brought back to life. So your first mission is to make it all the way to the top, to try to stop them from bringing him back to life. So this is what they call an FPP, a first-person parkour. kind of game. So if you see us saying a lot of parkour, it's because that's what it is. It's pretty cool. It's funny. It's pretty smooth, pretty fluid. You have a knife. No, it's a katana. No, it's a blade. It's a pretty cool blade.
It's a lightsaber. No.
Exactly. Yeah. You're pretty much slicing, dicing parkour in there. People are shooting at you. It's fun. It's pretty fast paced. I like it. Like you said, the first level took me 30 minutes, 48 deaths. First boss took me 30 minutes, 111 deaths. So what you get from that is that I'm pretty stubborn.
Yeah, you are pretty stubborn. You're more stubborn than I am, because I'd given up on an armor core, which you've actually beaten.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe this is the perfect game for Aaron over here. We'll have to get him a copy of the game. So again, different styles of gameplay broken down into, you got combat arenas, there's parkour challenges, you got motorcycle segments. Big reason we're showing this obviously on an Intel show is that it's a game we partnered with. So obviously they have the Intel Arc game on driver. Blast through the tower at 65 FPS at 1440p on ultra settings, or even quicker at 1080p with 96 frames per second. And of course, it supports Intel XeSS. And the other thing too that remember about Intel XeSS, I love XeSS because XeSS is platform not agnostic. You can actually use it on any GPU, and sometimes I always recommend not just testing one, but basically testing the others, because sometimes we've seen in certain circumstances where XeSS has been a better solution than the one even developed by the original person. And one example would be Cyberpunk. You use a 6600 XT, you'll actually get better performance using XeSS than you would with FSR. So go Intel, right? Like, I really appreciate the openness of their platform and doing stuff like that, because it makes, when we all game, everybody wins. I mean, that's the thing. The best, everybody has a good experience.
Open source FTW.
Unless your ISP sucks, like we were talking about a little bit earlier, and then you go from there. Guys! We wasted all that time, 10 minutes. We blew it all. We're going, guys. So let's jump back in. We're about to see the end of the Cinebench run, and then we're going to get into some Ghostrunner 2, but we're going to pop in here.
Paul, we can do a countdown here. Look, 5. Wait, 5. 4.
Yeah, 5, 3, 4.
You're stuck at 5.
But you won't stop.
Is that a random generator countdown?
Right.
It has to finish the whole run.
Yeah.
So we are looking at it now. Remember, what was our base number?
23,000?
23,000. We can already see, because it's already jumped up already, that we're already seeing at a higher number. It's still running.
We've got to finish this one, so yeah. Once we see this render coming up, the last frame there in the top right corner, there it comes now.
Boom. There it is.
Boom.
Parkour.
We have improved. We went from 23,000 up to 26,899. That's almost 27,000 points.
20, oh yeah, okay, sorry. Not 27,000 points improvement. 26. That's 3,000. I was like, wait, we don't do math good. Yes, you're right. Yes, that's almost 20. Yeah, that's almost 27,000 in terms of the base score. So you actually saw a jump in performance of over 3,000 points.
That's right.
Yeah, which is, some people are saying, like, is that insignificant? No, that is a significant jump. I mean, when you look at it, like, in terms of when you're looking at some of the steps here, those can be, I mean, like, that's half of the jump between a Threadripper or whatever it was. These are big jumps in performance.
Totally.
And it's all by dropping your undervolting your CPU. Now, you might be asking, and I ask this question to you, when you undervolt a CPU, do you actually get better performance? And now we're going to show you a cool graph that we do not have access to, but I still want to show it. Let's bring it up, Aaron.
Totally. So you bring up a great point, because it does seem kind of counterintuitive at first, right? Like, wait a minute, you're going to give it less and you get more? Well, here's the technical breakdown real quick.
Oh, we're about to blow Higlot's mind here in a minute.
Whoa!
Okay. So
that's a lot of squiggly lines.
Expand.
Enhance. Can you go? What's that guy's license plate say?
Yeah.
Enhance. So we went from advanced to enhanced.
Yeah, exactly.
We're making great.
So what I have displayed here, this is a run that we did actually right before we went live. Here's the live version. So as this is running, it's still doing its thing. But I think this static graph gives me a little bit better chance to dive deeper here. These are their two Cinebench runs running simultaneously. On the left, we see some lower blueness. On the right, we see some higher blueness. And what we can see, if we analyze here, the blue line represents the CPU frequency, whereas the red line, this is the CPU temperature.
And you know what? It's funny. Higlot's like, but because it doesn't thermal throttle. But look at the temp; it's the same.
It's up there.
That's right. So the thing is, there's actually something else at work here, which is what we're going to talk about now.
That's
so,
right.
and let's tell people, guys, get ready. You're about to get scienced. We're going to straight up science you here. Get ready
Wait,
for
let's
the
get some PowerPoints.
sciencing.
Let's get some PowerPoints to get
Yeah.
science.
No. So basically, what's going on here is that in the factory setting, there's a certain voltage that's set, and every OEM can do their thing. They can set the voltage that they wish. And if we look at the frequency, just by the way, let's expand here. When we did the base run of Cinnabunch, it was in the beginning. It's actually really fun. It boosts up. We just that thermal velocity boost we promote, and it'll hit what we call a stable state. And you can see these little spikes that actually represents each time the render was complete.
Right.
And then it will start a new render within the program. But at a stable state, the system in the factory setting was running on the P cores at about 3.2, 3.3 gigahertz throughout the session, the 10-minute session, right?
And just to be clear, guys, this is a mobile CPU. This is not a 14900K with 6. just
correct.
FYI. I just want to, people are like, wait, what? We're on a mobile. We're on a Razer with a 13950 HX.
Correct.
And a RTX 4080.
That's correct.
Okay,
correct.
so this laptop costs $10 million.
Yeah,
You
all
can
the
get
dollars.
it or free if you buy the Scorpion share.
Yeah, it comes with the package. So this was our base run, right? And then we undervolted it, right? We changed it to minus 140 millivolts. And because we did that, look at this. Our base, like stable state frequency, when it was running the program, went up to 3.7 gigahertz, sometimes maybe 3.8 there somewhere, if it, for a second. That's amazing. We gained, 300, 400 megahertz of base frequency while a program is running because we gave it less voltage.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. If you're giving it less voltage, that means less power. So why is it getting a higher frequency then, Aaron?
That's a fantastic point.
Magic.
That is a question that I need an answer to.
I have a graph for this too.
Okay.
I pulled up something real quick. Look
have
at
a
this.
graph.
This is my Microsoft Paint graph. But what this graph is representing here is that voltage is actually not static. It scales with frequency. As we give it, so if I look at this graph here, this power savings, you can see how it's like curved, right?
Yep.
As this frequency goes up, the voltage will go up too. Now, if we just set a straight up voltage reduction by offsetting the voltage, we are basically reducing this graph down a step. So because the voltage is now going to be reduced, we can add more frequency, because frequency will scale with voltage, and then power is a result of the PIV. That's the basic.
So the short of it is, guys, when you think of it, there's a voltage limit, right? And so if at the base voltage, it's hitting that voltage limit faster. When we undervolt, essentially what happens is the frequency can jump up because the voltage limit is now higher because we've dropped it below. So in other words, you can hit that P1 state, that P2 state, right? And that's where you're basically getting that additional power. Now somebody asks, why doesn't every CPU do this? Because of the silicon lottery.
That's
This
right.
is where you can tinker with and find what it is for your individual CPU. There are circumstances where you might drop it by 0.05, and unfortunately, you've lost and it's already unstable. And then you might have people who can do 1.4, you know what I mean? And actually ends up being, negative 0.14, right? Yeah. Not 1.4. Sorry, 0.1, millivolts, right? So
Millivolts,
again, the point being is that that's essentially what you're doing, and in doing so, you're now giving it a higher chance to basically hit higher clock speeds, which is what you're seeing here. But temperatures actually stay the same.
That's right.
Now, desktop CPUs do actually work a little bit differently. Because of how much more they have, way more power to play with, right?
Totally.
So you can, when undervolting, still see this higher clock, like what you're seeing here on the graph. But you will also see lower temperatures. And a lot of people are thinking, oh, I'm just gonna drop it. But you guys, people don't pay attention. And this is where you actually go watch my 13900K overclocking video, because what you'll see is that people will undervolt and then they'll overclock.
That's right.
Because what you're doing at that point in time is that you're basically figuring out, like, you might find that stability, but you're adding little bits to get the most out of both that voltage curve as well as just your temps as well, because it's not both. You actually have both places of headroom to play with. You have your thermal headroom and you have your voltage headroom to play with, and you're trying to find that perfect balance, which is what overclockers do all the time. Literally sleepless nights just trying to get the nth amount of power out of their stuff.
Look, it's an esport. People compete. They want to get the high scores.
Infinite power.
And to your point, right? Like in the laptop case, we're seeing that the temperature will remain the same in both cases. And that's because ultimately this thing is much more thermally constrained than a desktop system ever would be. Not just because of small form factor, but even like the power supply, you know, or what our brick is only a million watts.
Yeah, a million watts, and it also works as a potential anti-theft device because you could just like beat somebody with it.
Totally.
I need to go to the gym.
Ultimately, that's our limiter of like how much wattage can be supplied to this system. While on a desktop, I mean, things are having 800 watt power.
1200, 16.
Yeah,
2000.
There's much more wattage you can get. So because of that, when you undervolt, it will see lower temperatures in conjunction with more frequency.
And the thing is, it's so funny because you really don't have a whole lot to gain. There's not a ton of thermal headroom here versus where you actually on a desktop processor, you actually have both thermal headroom because you might be like, okay, now I've got it down and you might be sitting in the 70s and people are like, oh, I'm just thinking about how close can I get to 90, right? So you're just playing with it to do that. But actually you also have that voltage set that you can do as well. So there's actually two things to play with, and one just usually gets forgotten, the voltage, because you're usually playing just with your thermal headroom at that point in time. So
Totally. And to reference, you know, this whole thing, this was free. I just spent some time tuning. We're enthusiasts. We like to tinker.
I mean, it wasn't free. You've wasted all this time with me and Alex and Aaron, and I'm really sorry. And your time is valuable. That's why we have Alex on the show and Matt, just to remind us that your time is valuable. But yeah, we wanted to do that from there. And Matt.
Contrary to my time or your time, Robey. It's okay.
Matt's time is the most valuable. I mean, he is the overlord.
It is. I'm still waiting for our date.
Yeah. So hopefully, let me just ask in Discord and Twitch, did you guys find this kind of demo interesting, right? Like, again, this was a bigger deep dive than we got to do on the 14th Gen show.
A little bit,
because we did, so we got to go there. Did you? Yes. Hey, that's good. Please, somebody just, Victus, can you say no? Because you like to. And that's okay, I like it. I love Victus. No, Victus is awesome.
I see him in the chat.
Good
But yeah,
people.
I love this stuff, right? Like, again, what is that in the mathematical term? We went from 3,800 megahertz to 4, so that's 10%, more than 10%. More than 10% gain just by doing this undervolting. It was free. It came with the package.
Yeah, you guys can.
I got free performance.
That's called money on the table.
Yeah,
Don't leave money on the table.
essentially, thank you very much. Thank you, Victus. There he goes. Super, thank you very much for the people who said no. I just want to make sure that we feel like it's balanced.
Totally.
Guys, I love, you know, it's funny because some people say it's like, do you not like honest people in the chat? No, I do. I love people who have opinions, right? Like, that's what makes this community so interesting, is our opportunity to get to interface with people who have differing opinions, and they're welcome here, right? We have folks who aren't just using Intel products, who are like fans of all sorts of different things, and this is a community you can come and chat and do that stuff and learn, because this stuff is applicable across the board with many other things as well. So, but I really appreciate the team coming out, Aaron chopping all the way up here from Portland to come and hang out with us and actually show us some really cool graphs that we can't use. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that, Aaron.
Yeah, this is a tool that we engineers use to validate and do testing and things. So that's how it comes. But ultimately, to be honest, it's just the exact same graphical representation as this hardware monitor.
Oh, dude.
It's the same thing.
Viptis says Aaron is the best gamer on the show. I'm not going to disagree. No, not going to fight that one at all. So Aaron is the best gamer. Speaking of that, guys, it is time to jump into gaming. I'm going to actually, so let's jump in. Let's let, are you ready to go right now, Alex, or should we let Aaron kick it off first? Which would you,
you can kick it off to.
Okay, okay, here we go. We're going to go to here.
Where are we going?
I'm going to go to here right now. So you were showing your screen, no?
Yeah, let me show my screen.
Okay, here we go.
And then I'm gonna go and.
Okay, hold on. Oh, hold on one sec.
Sorry, I threw you.
Yeah, I was ready for the other one. Let me do it this way. Let's see if this does it. I think one of them I fixed to do this. Just so, because I always like your words of wisdom. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, got
you gotta zoom out though.
Okay. I like your words of wisdom are so fun, so I want to get this fixed. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna join the chat. Watch this.
There we go. Okay, hold on one sec. This is all. Yeah, I was not ready. I was not ready for the awesomeness that came in here. There we go.
Okay, nice. We got Aaron in the chat.
I'm in there.
There we go. Okay, so let's get Aaron set up to play some games, and then we'll go from here. We're getting it all squared. Let's grab this. Okay, guys, Ghostrunner 2, dude. We're gonna put your gaming to the test right at the beginning, Aaron, because it's like this is not an easy game. Now, we have two options for you, and then huge shout out to obviously Origin for hooking us up with this. We actually have their brand new PC controller. That is, I hope, the setup. Let's see, it should be. I mean, IQ is here, right?
So full transparency, I am going into this game completely blind.
That's
I have not
fine.
Played it.
That's fine. We're good with it. You know what I mean? Oh wow, that feels nice.
Feels good.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's get the game.
Smoothie.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? Like it's clicky. Let's do.
Ooh, there's even like little triggers here on the inside.
And on the side.
Dang.
Yeah. And you've also got like okay, so let's go from here. We're gonna jump in and start with here.
All right,
Okay.
you want to move over here?
Yeah, you're moving right
You want to
there.
bring the chair? Or you want me to keep standing?
You can if you want to sit in the chair, you can.
I can stand too. Cool.
There we go, sir.
All right, so Alex, I have a question.
Oh, he's getting ready.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
go to
Well,
let's go to here. So we're
one
getting
of the things that Alex was explaining as he was talking about this game was his fascinating story background, but I gotta be honest, the main character's name was Jack. As a cyber ninja, I'm not intimidated by the name Jack, so what I'm hoping
is that
the
you can
gameplay-
actually change your name.
No, that the gameplay is gonna far surpass my expectations of my cyber ninja name.
Oh, I hope so. All right, here we go.
What is Alex's costume going to be?
I was getting
Seems
ready.
like he's dressing up.
I'm trying to switch things.
I feel
here.
like, to be honest, I feel like I want to do keyboard mouse.
You think so?
Oh,
Oh, he's getting
Great.
crazy.
You know, that's the standard, right?
Yeah, that is the standard. Okay. Oop.
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
yeah, I'm kind of crazy, man. Like, I have a large desk mat just like you, but my DPI, my mouse is very low, such that when I play shooters, I am like waving my arms. I'm saying hi to the audience as like a princess on a parade. I'm playing the games. Because that's how you get accuracy, right?
I don't know, man. It's like this is a first person, so it's like yeah. I guess yeah. I probably would end up going. I'd probably end up going keyboard mouse too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. We'll leave this here. We're just gonna jump right in whenever.
You can go ahead. Yeah, you're in. This is it.
This is
Aaron
it.
we have been told is the best gamer So-
In this vicinity.
in this vicinity. So we'll have to see how it is.
Ooh, we got a clicky keyboard too.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, we got a really nice setup here. All right, so I overheard before. Alex said he died something like what?
100 times. Hold on
Well,
one second.
100 times on the
at least
boss,
100, yeah.
Yeah.
But then like 40, 50 times here in the first section. Was that right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Hold on. Let me
All right,
go
so
to-
die less than that. That's the goal.
There we go. Now you guys can do audio.
That kind of strength,
All right, let's just.
will to overcome every obstacle. That undying thirst to defy those who enslave us. That resentment. Ironic disobedience.
This game
Oh,
looks
very
cool.
nice.
Yeah, I love the aura so far.
It kept us alive. Hidden.
Ooh.
Who in chat is excited about this game? Oh, dude, Alex. What?
Whoa, wait, what? How do you do that?
And now,
That's amazing.
with all the masters gone, the time has come
How did he do that? Oh,
He disappeared. He came back.
to remind everyone of what
this is so cool. Good job, Alex. Okay, mad props. Matt, did you do this for him?
The golf clap. The golf clap.
No, not at all. But I am working on the emote, so I got the community on that.
He's already working on it. Dude, Alex, what is that?
To protect it.
That's not Alex anymore. That's Jack.
I'm Jack.
I'm Jack.
Wake up.
I'm wondering,
couldn't-
I need to know where you got this thing. I kind of want to go buy one.
It's pretty easy, man. Amazon.
How did you search and find that?
Well, since I've been looking for a lot of costumes, it's kind of coming up and like it's Halloween and you just look for steampunk masks or stuff like that. So it comes up. I can send you the link.
Cool. Okay, well, we died twice already. My DPI is too high. I'm like, I'm going crazy with it.
Your DPI is too high.
Good
So
excuse.
let's get it out.
I believe it.
Okay, he's turning his mouse sensitivity down.
Yeah. Let's just go with that. Okay, a little better.
Is that still good? You good?
I could go down. We'll just put down to 0.
He's like, I don't need my mouse to move.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, we're jumping. Ooh, look at. How do I inspect my weapon? Oh, push. Okay.
Parkour!
Parkour. Hold on, go over here. I
Ah!
didn't make it. All right. Third death. Third 3.
Okay, I
those
will
keeping
promise to
scores.
do. I will add some costumes too, guys. I will coordinate with Alex before the end of the year. We'll figure out a costume.
my God.
How did you do that?
I'm just pushing buttons, man. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. So I'm assuming that's like my little dash.
I think this game would be easier with controller.
Okay, I just auto glide onto the rail. And yeah, I could do a little dash there. Slice and dice. Ooh. Okay, we got it. We're in there. Ooh, these little. Ooh, okay. yeah, so
there
it
he's
is
got an air dash.
Yeah,
You got some
yeah.
people to fight.
Ooh, slice and dice and. Oh, they got me. They got
Dude,
me.
you do not have a lot of hits.
No, you can only have one hit. That's it.
Oh, did I get them all? Oh no, they're over here.
And by the way, guys, we're just showing you the intro, and then we'll jump over to Alex's gameplay. He's a little bit further in the game, right, Alex?
Yeah, let me get over this little section.
Oh, the block? The
Oh,
beheading?
that dude's head's gone.
Madness. Is this the door? How do I open it? Oh, this way?
I think you go down. Turn
Do I go
around. Down. There.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I don't
I don't
trust
think
it.
that's. I don't think so.
Up somewhere? Oh,
Oh,
right
there. There's an open door.
here. All right. We're juking right before you're hit with the melee tech. Execute a quick parry.
Oh!
Got it. We're juking. Okay, hold control. Wait. Oh, okay, got it.
So you're about an hour in, Alex, is where you're at?
Yeah, I'm an hour in. I mean, I can, if Aaron doesn't make it to the bad guy, I can load up to the bad guy so you guys can see it.
Assuming I go over here. Oh, I can slide. Woo!
Okay, we'll jump over to
Hold shift
Alex
midair.
real quick.
Let me
And
let me
then
load
AD.
it. Give me a second.
Oh! And then dash.
Alex, are you playing? Or are you sharing your screen?
I'm
Dang,
about to
crazy.
do that.
You got to do what you did last time. You're not sharing
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
Alex.
Get in there.
Oh, there you go. Okay, now you're sharing.
So this guy took me forever to kill. This is the boss of the first. This is the first boss.
First boss.
PC.
Slice and
Okay.
dice and. Okay, so first boss is up here, you're saying?
Yeah,
Oh, I
heard
heard
so
something.
bright. So we're looking at Alex's gameplay right now.
Oh,
You
okay,
keep
okay.
playing. You keep playing. You can hear both. It's gonna be fun for you.
Oh, yeah, I heard it like. Where am I? I got stuck. Anything about it.
So Alex is fighting the first boss. We're gonna see if you can get there better as you're kind of learning the game.
Got it.
Whoa, you're getting pretty good at that. Whoa,
You know what? I got some gamer skills.
you do. I would have died already.
Okay, it's one hit on that guy.
Oh, Alex just died.
Ah.
Moving over here. The movement of this game is pretty good.
Yeah, it is actually really. They did a good job of like
Yeah.
making it work.
Yeah.
And honestly, first-person melee has always been a hard genre. Okay, let's jump back, Alex. We're gonna jump back to Aaron a little bit while you continue that fight. Just showing them both.
I'm actually impressed. Like my initial assumption of Jack, yeah, the gameplay is much better. I'm assuming I gotta get on this rail thing.
Oh snap!
Oh crap! That's a train.
Oh, you just got run over by a train, Alex.
Anybody keeping count how many times he has died?
He has died
where's-
like 7, 8 times.
Yeah, but I don't know, 12 or so.
12.
Can I go faster here?
He just said by our powers combined, dude. He's like doing Captain Planet over here.
He is. Heart. Earth.
We gotta go to right, dude. Right. No, not that right. Like right to the right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you need
okay,
to.
I see. I got lost in the sauce.
You were like so into like just staring into the red, you just died. Okay, now you're gonna go right. There you go.
Okay.
I'm in a side seat. Help Alex. I mean, help Aaron.
Back seat. Okay. So, okay, we're in. Stamina. Caffeine lock consume stamina.
How are you doing, Alex?
Well,
Oh, you just got killed.
didn't see that one.
Hold block.
Okay, I see my stamina. That's my life. Okay. I gotta juke him.
Hold the block, and then you can deflect it.
Alright, try to time it.
Oh, you got
We're
it.
just going in. We're going in.
Dude, this is definitely going to be a speed running game where somebody's going to do this in terms of.
Totally.
Like somebody does this to like 0. Whoa, hey! Is he going to get back up? Is he going to get back up? Oh, he does it!
Woo! We got 2. The double. Double kill. Oh, there's people over there. I gotta.
Yeah, Fat Hamburger, we're pretty excited too. We're just trying to give the guest some game time. He actually likes the game, so.
Woo! The double. 2 quick ones.
And then we're gonna see, Alex, how are you doing on the boss?
Not so sharp.
Is this the first boss that you're fighting right now?
Yeah.
Aaron just is dying a lot.
That's how this game goes, right?
Lots of blood. Oh, that was good. Oh, that guy got cut in half.
Yeah, he literally got in half. We made it to the checkpoint.
Oh, ninja rope.
It
Oh,
is
snap.
Metroidvania.
No, they're adding a lot of freaking stuff to this game.
Yeah.
Who are you? Who are you? Good.
Okay, we're gonna jump over to Alex now.
Woo. Okay, we're sliding.
How is Alex doing?
I'm just. You have to bring the pressure.
Alex, where are you?
I just got over the first.
Ooh, we got some movement.
So you gotta
where's
like
it go?
like anime the first.
Oops.
Oh, dude, you're having a hard time with that too.
Where do I go here? Oh, up here.
Dude, some people are saying, give it to me now. They're excited about playing this game. How many copies do you have left, Matt, to give away?
Got one more copy that's active right now.
See you later, Igor.
Got 8 minutes left on that one.
Oh, it just moves. Okay, I see.
Ooh, stop
Oh.
using the fast.
I'm just
supposed
watching
to-
you and Aaron die a lot. I just get to spectate. I'm literally like one of those esports spectators right now. And Aaron died, and Alex died, and Aaron
And
died,
died
and
again.
Alex died.
What's your go-to game you watch, Robey?
If I was gonna watch,
Yeah.
for sure, either WoW Dungeon or StarCraft. I love StarCraft.
Like StarCraft 2?
Yeah, StarCraft 2. Dota is also a big one. I don't mind watching Dota. I can always watch Dota or League. It's just easy to. They're easy to always just jump in on.
I don't know what I do there, actually. Yeah, I'm a big StarCraft geek, too.
Okay, we're gonna jump over to Aaron, see how he's doing. Alex is struggling.
We're on this platforming section now, and I'm actually unsure where I go after this. So I jump on this thing. Oh, maybe I go right here. Do I go right here? Yeah. Okay,
What's up,
figured it out.
Vortexin? Oh, blow through that. Shift. Yeah, there you go.
Use the air vent so I can. Woo! We got a boost. Okay, we got some enemies again. Stay close.
Come on, that was guard.
Slice and dice.
I still have my StarCraft keys embedded in my brain, somebody said.
Oh, what is this?
GoBot, did you play the first game a lot? Oh yeah, you're breaking through that. Dude, there's a lot. This game is like fast.
Yeah, I like it. That's what I like to see.
Alex, do you think you'll play this again? You think this will be a game you'll continue?
Yeah. It's so smooth.
It is very smooth.
It's actually pretty fun. But when you have the right hardware, magic happens, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh snap, that was a cool move.
No, come on, dude. I grab onto him.
Alex?
Okay, we're going in. Getting this guy. Where's the other one? Where they at? Where they at? I want them. Oh, these guys are melee people too. You're not. Oh, they got me. I tried to double team. Oh, I pushed the wrong button.
Oh, there you go.
We're just going get these guys. Where's the other one? Oh, they got me.
Alex, you doing better? Should we jump over to your gameplay?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll jump over to get Alex's gameplay. Here we go. See what's going on there.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Yeah, on the keyboard and mouse, it's still pretty fun.
Oh, he's fighting the boss again. Oh, snap, that boss is crazy.
Maybe I should go up here.
Oh, Alex got him down to half.
There you go. I hear the boss.
Yeah, dude, the boss is like, this boss is crazy.
What is this?
Do you think playing, let me ask you guys, both of you guys a question that's worth credits. Do you guys think that playing harder games makes you a better gamer?
It depends on how you define better.
Like, in other words, do you feel like if you play something like this and you beat it, then you will be better at other more difficult, twitchy games?
I think so, yeah.
I think it
I don't
does.
know,
Like,
chat, what do you guys think? Yes?
My thought there is that it's all about hand-eye coordination, I suppose. And if the game you're playing forces you to be fast, then that translates to other stuff. It's like a tempo, for like musicians or something. Like they're just used to a certain speed.
Are you even trying?
Funny enough, I've seen competitions of similar to that nature where they ask that question of like, well, does playing this game make you a better gamer overall?
Yeah, and that's the question I have. Is like, do you like if I was to go and beat this game, if I didn't commit suicide after playing it because I sucked at it, you know what I mean? I think sometimes it's like it's funny because difficulty. Let me ask you another question, chat. As we're looking at a game that really is challenging, do difficult games like Elden Rings, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, do you avoid those games because you know they're difficult? Has that ever been a circumstance for you? Armored Core, another great example.
Weapon ready.
Alex is trying to beat the boss. I feel like you go across.
Yes. Do I go up? Or I think I have to kill everybody.
Yeah, I
There's
think
a
you just
door
got
there.
I think you just got to kill everybody.
Yeah.
In position.
Let's just do that. Just trying to figure it out.
Because then you can just think when they're
Yeah.
all dead, or just get killed.
Yep.
Blondie says, I enjoy more difficult, hard to play games, but then she also enjoys shooting her teammates in the back. Just saying.
You know, I do enjoy like a Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing too. So I mean, it's like sometimes just like a casual.
Oh no, so close.
I definitely have set just sit on some games. Okay.
Oh, that's.
Matt says that he not only does he not pay for dates, but he also struggles with difficult games.
That's not what I said.
Wait, Matt is paying for the date?
So here's another question then. What do you think is the most difficult game you have completed?
To be honest, Blaster Master, Bionic Commando.
I remember that one.
Yeah, I was like the OG Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on NES.
That is a very hard game.
Yeah, so those
Very
are the.
hard
I mean,
game.
I used to really love hard games, but now with such a limited amount of time, it's like how do I want to enjoy my gaming? You know, do I want to play it like where I'm spending my time? I feel like that was what you needed to do.
I think so, yeah. Or is this where it came from?
Oh, that looks like where you came from.
Yeah.
Dang it. What about over there? Oh, is there anything over to the right there?
Oh
I
my
think I gotta go through
god.
that door and I gotta kill these dudes. That's my thought.
You've been trying to kill. So it's like when I think about my time as a gamer, like how do I want to spend it? You know? Look out! There's a shoot. Oh, there you go. Oh, challenges.
Some levels contain hidden challenges.
This is not Daft Punk. No, this is the game called Ghostrunner 2. Yeah. I mean, again, I was also a competitive StarCraft player, so you know, we used to play a lot. There's a lot of banging my heads against difficult opponents in that game.
Who was your race?
I was actually Protoss, and then I was like big into Zerg for a little while, but Protoss mostly. I like to play Terran every once in a while. It was on your left.
Was it on my left?
Yeah, if you look up. Oh, no, that's just you dying.
Yeah, I was a Protoss player too in both Brood War and.
Well, I mean, like at the beginning, and then I was like, it's too easy because it was all about carrier rushes in a lot of ways, and so then then I really went into Terran, which nobody played because Terran was super underpowered for a while. But I got pretty good.
For sure.
Yep. But then I got pretty good at. I got really, really good at Terran. So. Yeah, hi Demon. I get that. I definitely get that.
Yeah, I was a Protoss player myself.
Yeah. Congratulations to Gear. You were the winner of the last Ghostrunner 2 code, right? That was the last one, right, Matt?
Yep.
And who won the date?
We didn't do that one.
We didn't do that one.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Infamous. I love that game. Actually, those guys were right in our backyard, man. The Infamous games were actually really good. But they were not hard. You know what I mean? And there's a difference between hard and sometimes there's just long. Like Ubisoft games. Like
I have a theory of difficulty of games. You ready?
Yeah.
My theory is if your game's difficulty is based upon me waiting, like waiting for the enemy to have like an opening or waiting in general, that's not a difficult game. That's a patient game.
Oh, okay.
Whereas like a StarCraft, it's like, no, this is just hard.
Right.
But I think there's a lot of games that force difficulty by being patient. I'm like,
And speaking of that, rumor is, dude, we got BlizzCon speed. We're giving BlizzCon tickets away later on today. Rumor is we're gonna see some rumor is StarCraft 3.
I would be blown away if that was the case.
I mean, dude, who would be happy about a StarCraft 3? Oh, there you go. Finally made it.
Me.
Yeah, dude. We got to make sure, no matter what, Sarah, let's just play that on the show.
Please, Sarah.
Please, Sarah. Please.
Oh, now we got this like core.
Okay, so guys, we're in our last 4 minutes here. Next Intel Morning Show. We don't know which day it'll be on yet, but look for updates. We're going to be playing RoboCop Very excited about checking out that title. And we're going to be, I think we're giving copies away. Do we know if we're giving copies away yet, Matt, or no?
Not sure yet.
We're not sure yet. So stay tuned. We try very hard to have giveaways, but that's going to be happening next week. And we are going to be showing off some new hardware from MSI. We're going to be tune in on Tuesday. We're doing a Halloween-themed build on Robeytech. For the hardware we're going to do, and then we're going to show that off on the show. We're going to see if we can give that one away. You know what I mean? That might just be fun to give a PC away. We love to give PCs away and stuff like that. Aaron, if people want to find you on the interwebs, and they want to find you on the internet and watch your gameplay now that you're a pro Twitch streamer who's going to be playing nothing but Ghostrunner 2.
Well, you can find me. So a couple different socials. Generally, my online tag is Driftful, and that's spelled with a DR1FT, F-U-L. Harping back to the elite days. Speaking of my race car number, my car is 1337. So
Oh, okay. Elite.
But yeah, DR1FT, F-U-L. Driftful, that's my online social tag.
Let's jump over and see if what Alex is up to. Here we go, jumping into Alex's gameplay. Are you still in the boss, Alex? Yep.
I hear it.
He's like, Alex is, you can see, the good thing, the reason he got that mask is so you don't see the frustration.
In my face.
You can't see it, how angry he is right now. So we're gonna end it with Alex trying on the boss. You got to see a lot of Aaron's gameplay today. You did very well, dude.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I actually already beat this game.
Oh, okay, yeah. I figured. See, you should have.
In my dream.
This was your hardest game you beat.
This is my hardest game I've ever beat. Dude, I don't know if this game is as hard as Blaster Master.
There's different games are difficult for different reasons.
Yeah, they are.
They totally are.
Dude, because you remember, I don't know if you knew this, but Bionic Commando, you couldn't save. Like, you had to beat it all in one session.
Oh, that was part of the thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
I even think about, like, Lion King for the SNES.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard because
Yeah,
there's
you
no
couldn't
continues.
save. You know what I mean? Like, that was the problem. Saving was a new thing. Yeah,
I mean, you brought up, too, like, your NES TMNT, and it's like, that's a hard game, partly because you only have a certain number of turtles, a number of lives, and you gotta beat, like, what, 5 or 6 stages in that game? Games were different back then, though, right?
Yep.
The Mega Man style of difficulty.
Well, guys, that is going to be it for today's show. We're going to say goodbye, and thank you very much for everyone for tuning in and just being a part of the show today. Huge shout out to Matt for letting us use him as the backup overlord. Matt, you did a good job. We give you mad props, man. You did good work. Also, thanks to Aaron for chumming and joining us and being a part of today's show. For I think Alex is still playing the game, but he has got that focus and determination right now.
You can see it through
but
the
also for Alex for dressing up and doing this, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. We're always looking for feedback if we're covering the right topics, all that sort of stuff. But outside of that, have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week at an undetermined time, because Pig Radio's right. This show plays when we feel like it's going to play. Outside of that, guys, talk to you guys later, and we'll see you on the next show. Bye, guys.
See you guys.
See ya.
Thanks, everyone.